From sunny Southern California, it's the final game of the XFL weekend as the LA Wildcats try to win one in front of their home folks and get one in the W column. They'll have to do it against one of the toughest teams in the league, the undefeated DC Defenders.
I don't give a damn about no record, who they is. Hey, everybody, LB's on three. 1, 2, 3. I'm talking about from the first whistle to the last whistle. And that's how it's going to be. We're going to start fast, and we're going to finish fast. That's what we do. Everybody up. Listen, man, team on three. 1, 2, 3. Hey, let's go.
Two cities, two fan bases that share a similar loyalty and hunger. Washington, D.C., a bustling group of transients that find themselves with little in common. You often find yourself on one side or another, but a town with so many passionate people have found one thing in common: their sports. Los Angeles, with all of its glamour and stardom, this is the misconception of L.A. Amongst the diverse culture, there are valleys of generational history with a deep lineage of devoted fans. With the excitement of a new league comes new reason to come together and reignite that love for their city and the teams that represent it. Today, it's the Defenders and the Wildcats.
And the Wildcats are taking the field. Both teams are ready for football, and so are we. It is the wrap-up to Week 3, the DC Defenders and the Los Angeles Wildcats. Come on inside the broadcast booth and stay a while, folks. I'm Kurt Menefee alongside the newest member of the Seattle Seahawks, Greg Olsen. It's going to be fun working with you today, brother.
Can't wait.
You know what? You got two teams right now, DC at 2-0, LA at 0-2, that early in the season are on different paths.
Yeah, and I think everyone within this LA organization, while they're disappointed at the 0-2 start, I think they feel the answers are on this team. They're in this locker room. Coach Winston Moss told us in our meetings, hey, we've addressed a lot of things. We've identified what our problems are, and we feel like we're at any moment here, we're going to kick off things the right way. And if they're going to do it, this Week 3 matchup against the DC Defenders is, of course, a tough opponent to try to get back on track. Not only are they probably the most balanced team in the league, they could arguably be the best team in the entire XFL, and I'm looking forward to seeing them play today.
Well, you got a team that's playing really well, led by quarterback. A lot of people know in Cardell Jones.
Yeah, I think Cardell Jones, when you start looking around the league at MVP candidates, of course the Houston Roughnecks quarterback P.J. Walker, he's kind of taken the league by storm. But not far behind him is Cardell Jones. Pep Hamilton couldn't say enough great things about him yesterday in our meeting. He's big, he's strong, he's more athletic than people give him credit for, and he's leading the league in passing. He's leading one of the most prolific offenses in the XFL, and he's a lot of fun to watch, and I think today will be no different.
Another guy who will be fun for us to watch, well, this is kind of a homecoming game for him. Probably not the way the LA Wildcats won, because Anthony Johnson was a member of the Wildcats at the start of the season. In fact, if you go back to Week 1, Johnson not only was on the team, he was the defensive captain, but he was traded after the opening game, sent to DC, showed up 15 hours after he got there, played a football game, had a sack and a half, and now in his second game gets to come back and face the team that traded him away. And Johnson is standing by right now before kickoff with our Jenny Tabb. Jenny.
All right, Kurt, thank you, Anthony. It has been a whirlwind week for you. And just for you, going into this game, facing your former team, take me through the mindset and really how the week has been for you, getting acquainted with your new team.
Honestly, it's been a big help. Just getting the camaraderie with my new teammates, letting everybody know that I'm falling in place and not trying to be egotistical, just be a team player, and that's what I've always been and will always be. So this week has been a big help for me.
Pep Hamilton made clear to us that with a player like yourself, you got one job, and that is to affect the QB. How do you do it today?
At the end of the day, however, I need to get the scratch crawl, jump over somebody. I'm going to get to that quarterback, so they better watch out.
We're going to be watching you all day, and I'm loving this.
Oh, I got to let somebody know. I told you I was bringing out that crystal today. I'm not too flashy, but a little dashy. You hear me? I got y'all today.
I love it. Thank you. Good luck.
Jenny, appreciate it.
Well, certainly a guy with personality, but also a heck of a football player. This guy played in the NFL for quite a while, and actually was about 100 pounds heavier when he played for the Miami Dolphins. Now, slimmed down, playing linebacker. He is ready to go, as are we. Fox Bet says the Defenders are 8.5-point favorites right now, and the over-unders at 44.5 points. Now, the LA Wildcats will get things started off here with the kickoff that a lot of people seem to like here in the league, Greg.
Yeah, we got our first kickoff return for a touchdown. Anybody that checked out the New York and St. Louis game. St. Louis did a little trick play reverse for the first kickoff return, and I think it's been a nice play. I think the change has been very well received.
All right, so Josh Johnson will start at the 29-yard line. A lot of football fans are familiar with him. 13 different NFL teams in 12 different NFL seasons. So he comes with a veteran presence to this team and missed the week 1 game with a thigh injury, came back in week 2 and played better as the game progressed.
They did. I thought early in the game he was a little rusty. You could tell he had been out of the game for a while, but even Coach Norm Chow said as the game went on, he really settled in, and I think that fourth quarter play is going to be more indicative of what we see from him today the entire game.
So ready to take his first snap here in week 3. Here comes the pressure right off the bat, and he completes it out to Jordan Smallwood, and that gets the Wildcats going. One change for this team, if you've watched them the first 2 weeks, Elijah Hood was their starting running back. He's inactive today. Larry Rose gets to start back in the backfield. And Nelson Spruce has been a guy that everybody's tried to contend with through the first 2 weeks, leading the league in receiving through weeks 1 and 2. Working out of the shotgun on second down. Johnson over the middle of the field, and the tight end, Brandon Barnes, makes the catch right at midfield, and that's a first down.
Right on cue, Kerr. You know, obviously I'm a little biased towards the tight end. You'll see Barnes here lined up on the right side. He just runs a very typical just square in pass route. Nice job by Josh Johnson hanging in there, delivering the ball. DB almost was able to undercut that. He put the ball... Oh, he fell down. I think Elam would like to have that one back. He probably could have picked it, but good start here. 2 good completions by Johnson. He's settling in nicely.
It's a 14-yard gain instead. And here's Kermit Whitfield slipping a tackle, making a couple of dance moves, and a nice gain of 5 yards. This DC Defender defense has scored a touchdown on an interception return in both games so far this season.
Yeah, this Defender defense, you know, they're leading in almost every single statistical category across the board. You know, the one thing a lot of people raise, Kurt, is have they really been challenged? Have they played an offense? Can this LA offense be their first true test of the season? And right now, LA's gotten off to a nice, pretty efficient start here.
And they beat Seattle in week 1. The New York Guardians shut them out last week, winning 27-0. Here's Johnson. That one just dropped out in the flat. Daquan Hampton had an opportunity to make the catch. Converted wide receiver, trying to learn to play tight end here.
Yeah, that's always the hard part. These guys are trying to make position change. He's a guy they're really high about, talking with Norm Chow leading up to the game. They want to get their tight ends involved, some of these other receivers involved to take some pressure off Spruce. That's a first down conversion there on a simple flat. He's just got to make that catch.
So instead it brings up a 3rd and 4.
We're going. Ready. Take out.
You hear Johnson barking out the signals. Way back he drops. Flags all over the place as no receiver was there. But I think it's going to be on the coverage. Trey McBride, the nearest Wildcat. Desmond Lawrence there in the secondary, and he may be flagged for interference or holding, one of the two.
Illegal contact. Defense, number 25. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
And that's what it is. It's called on Lawrence.
Yeah, I think Josh Johnson, he sees his matchup outside here, and Lawrence he gets too much contact, too much hands-on. I think if Josh Johnson held on to that ball, his O-line did a nice job picking the pressure up. Nobody covered his tight end, Brandon Barnes, but they still picked up the first down on the penalty. Got a fresh set.
From the 40. Johnson again. Going deep. This time, McBride's open into the end zone for the Wildcat touchdown.
This is the Josh Johnson that Norm Chow and Winston Moss and this whole LA organization envisioned when they made him their first selection to be their quarterback and lead this team. They're utilizing his athleticism, using that run game, play action. He pulled up, and a great route by McBride. Kind of ran a double move. Great opening drive. We talked at the opening of the show, Kurt, about trying to establish themselves and find their rhythm here and bounce back in week 3, and they couldn't have asked for a better opening to this game.
Yeah, 40-yard touchdown reception, and they're lining up to go for 2. You see the numbers here, and this is up through the 3 games of this weekend. Team's doing better going for 2 than 1 even.
Yeah, I think the 2-point, that's the move right now. All the numbers suggest your best expected points are to go for 2, converting almost at the same exact rate as the 2-yard.
Oh, and he just missed Bruce. So it falls incomplete. They don't get the conversion, but they do get the touchdown. 40-yard pass from Johnson to another guy who started on the other team this year. Trey McBride, he began the year with DC.
Yeah, I mean, what a great job. Just a simple play action. McBride starts off to the left, and he just runs what they call a bomb 7. It looks like he's going to run an over route. He sticks his foot in the ground, and he takes his angle high. You'll see McBride inside release. Looks like an over route, and just Lawrence falls down on the second reaction move. McBride makes the play, and he's able to jump across for the touchdown. That's the offense, Kurt, that they imagine. That's exactly what they thought when they brought Josh Johnson in to lead this team.
You know, Jenny Taft, we talked about the homecoming for Anthony Johnson. Maybe we forgot that this means something to guys on all sides here. Josh Johnson with a nice touchdown pass to McBride.
All right, I got to get this in quick. For you, just take me through the score. I mean, that was about as good as it can start for the drive for you.
Drive for us came out. We wanted to attack him, and we had a good first drive. Great run. A great route.
Little frustration, though, from you not getting it. Just take me through what has to be better.
Just got to hit the 2-point. Got to set my feet. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Josh.
All right, thank you, Josh. Thank you, Jenny. 6-0. The LA Wildcats trying to get their first win of the season, take the first drive, 5 plays, and get a touchdown. That's the kind of start that Josh Johnson wants. So Nick Novak will be set to kick it off, and the defenders will touch it for the first time. This is Donnell Pumphrey. And Pumphrey getting around the edge. Good return by Donnell Pumphrey. Going to be good starting field position for Cardell Jones and this DC Defender team. And you talked about him in the open and the numbers that he's put up so far in this season. And he's a guy who comes in with the pedigree out of Ohio State, having won a national championship.
And all this guy has done is win. I mean, and I think the best way to really sum up his career, I thought Coach Pep Hamilton really put a great button on it yesterday. He said this is really the first time since high school that he has had a team from day one that was his own. He's not competing with someone else. He's not waiting for someone else's time to be up. And I think we're going to see him continue to take advantage of this opportunity this year.
They have him hand off here on first down, and Donnell Pumphrey picks up 4 yards on the run.
Hey, chaos, chaos, chaos. Chaos, chaos, chaos. Chaos, chaos. Line up on the hip. Line up on the hip. Chaos. Chaos, chaos.
So chaos, you see, they have their offensive linemen split out, right? Here's an offensive lineman and ineligible. They only have 3 interior linemen. They did this last week, and they actually lined up wrong.
Trust.
We'll see if they come back in. So here's a tackle. Here's a tackle.
Hurry. Let's go.
They're going to snap the ball from that.
Cardell hit as he throws, and that ball falls down incomplete. Roderick Henderson laying the wood early.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's exactly how Pep drew this up, Coach Pep Hamilton. That's a look that they gave. You see, this guy just comes completely unblocked. There's got to be some sort of hot route, some sort of adjustment. Cardell just stares down the field looking for the big play. You got to understand what you're trying to do with that unique look and realize you don't have your typical protection.
Well, it proved to be chaos, just on the wrong side. Jones in the shadows. Oh, that one's picked off. Arion Springs with the interception. And we didn't even get to the fact that this LA Wildcat defense comes in last against the pass, missing their starting 2 cornerbacks. But so what? Arion Springs steps in and gets the interception.
Yeah, you'll see they run a sprint out. You got a speed out by the outside guy, and they try to run a corner, and Springs does a great job playing both guys. What the offense is trying to do there is they're trying to, if he gets too much depth, we throw it to the underneath guy. If he jumps the underneath guy, we're going to throw it over his head. Springs played right between the 2. Cardell kind of threw that ball off balance. And what, as you said, filling in for arguably their best player, Harlan Miller, out due to injury. What a great start by Springs. What a great start by this entire LA team. This is exactly what Coach Winston Moss had in mind when he told us this was the week they get things going.
All right, so they take it over at the 42-yard line. They fake the handoff. Johnson thrown underneath Martez Carter out of the backfield.
Here we go.
Norm Chow, the offensive coordinator, time to work.
3-3-3, zoom to dual left. Y out. Trailer. Zoom to dual left. Y out. Trailer. Trailer.
Trailer. On, ready?
Yeah.
Trailer.
19. All right, 4 down.
So they're going to motion here. They're going to end up in a 2-by-2 formation. One of these two guys is going to motion across the screen. Right, so that's the zoom that you hear.
There's the pitch. First run of the ball game for LA. And Larry Rose goes nowhere. Elijah Qualls with the stop.
All right, here we go. Dual right. Stove Rachel. 3 nickel. 3 Nelson. Dual right. Stove Rachel. Dual right. Stove Rachel.
62 Stove Rachel. On the red.
3 seconds.
62 Stove Rachel.
It's kind of a cool insight to hear some of their code words.
All right, 4 down.
Sometimes it's hard to know exactly what it is. Rachel could mean 1,000 different concepts.
Check out.
Johnson under pressure, lost that one. Rose out of the backfield again. No gain on the play. Jonathan Celestine there to sniff it out.
What a great play there. When we had a chance to sit down yesterday and kind of talk about this DC defenders, the one guy they pointed out was Jonathan Celestine. They said he is the most athletic of our linebacking group. You saw him there closing that space. They have this screen set up not too bad, but Celestine, just his explosion, his speed was too much for the lineman to get out in front. And that's a big stop here by this DC team to kind of catch their breath and get another possession following the turnover.
Heck of a stop. After the interception, the defense holds LA to 0 yards. And so Shane Trabuca comes on to punt it. Eli Rogers back deep. Makes the fair catch. And it'll be the second time we see Cardell Jones hoping for a different outcome than time number 1. Pep Hamilton, not only the defender's head coach, he also calls the plays on offense. I don't think this last throw went the way he drew it up. So throw it away. Oh, no. God almighty. And so Cardell Jones threw the pick, much to the dismay of Pep.
Yeah, Pep kind of saw that thing from his vantage point kind of unfold in real time. And these coaches, they live and die with every play, every decision. That's a decision that Cardell learned from, and he'll want that throwback. But he's got a long game ahead of him. He's got to just stay the course, execute as he has the first 2 weeks, and this defender's offense will figure their way through.
And so now they start off running here on the second series. Donnell Pumphrey on the run, picks up 8 yards.
Let's go.
And that's only the second turnover they've had all season long. This is the third game.
Hurry. Let's go.
This time Jarrell Presley comes in, not only gets the first down, he took a shot on his knee, stayed up, gets out to the 30. Ahmad Dixon hit him low and brought him down.
Yeah, this is something that Pep Hamilton said they wanted to make a more of a conscious effort on. Establish the run early in the game. So much of their scheme is based on play action and throws deep down the field, but it all starts with being able to threaten the defense with the run, and that's something that Pep identified as something as a play caller he needs to improve on.
There's still an injured Wildcat down as Latarius Brady. The defensive lineman has yet to get up. An obvious pain there. We'll probably have to apologize to somebody. Yeah. Although we've got a delay here, so hopefully everybody at home didn't hear that. But obviously he is in pain right now, and he knows that whatever it is, he doesn't feel good about it.
Yeah, the access and hearing some of the conversations, it's what makes the XFL so unique. But times like this, being able to really see the pain and the frustration on the face of some of these players is kind of hard to watch as a fan. And you just got to hope that Brady's okay. Seems like he's starting to walk it off a little bit.
So now he's their starting defensive end. They were without starting corners Harlan Miller and Jalen Dunlap. So Winston Moss and his defense a little bit of work right now without all their pieces.
Anytime you come into a game shorthanded, especially against this passing attack with your 2 starting corners, as you said, being out, it's going to put pressure on everybody else. And the rest of the front's going to have to pick up the pace as well. We've already seen the reserve defensive backs come up with big plays in the first drive.
Jarrell Presley again and gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Let's see what Pep's got dialed up.
Zebra, trough right stack, Y counter, even whiz, Y slice links. Trough right stack, Y counter, even whiz, Y slice links.
Hey, even whiz, Y slice, ready?
A lot going on in that play call there, Kurt.
You can't decipher it yet?
There's a lot of
words.
A lot of words.
Hurry. Let's go.
Here's the draw play, and that's Donnell Pumphrey. And I tell you what, this LA defense is swarming to the football today. Cedric Reed on the stop there.
They have. In week 2, you know, been kind of well chronicled throughout the league. Winston Moss took back over defensive play calling duties, got rid of Pepper Johnson the first week 1, and I think they're starting to take on the identity of Coach Winston Moss and kind of his vision of what he wants his defense and his entire team to really look like. And last week you saw some of those improvements, and so far they've carried over here into week 3 against DC.
3rd and 7. Jones pumping. Didn't get enough on that football. Intended, I believe, for Eli Rogers, who's the nearest guy over there, but instead they'll be forced to punt.
I'm not sure if Cardell's just caught off guard, or if that Winston Moss in this defense is just showing him different looks that he wasn't prepared for. But early in this game, not only just the pick, he just seems out of sorts. He seems like he's double clutching. He's not seeing things real clear.
All right, you good? Let's go. Get settled. We're all right. Let's go.
You hear Coach Hamilton telling him, relax, settle down. You're going to make some adjustments, but he needs to find his rhythm and kind of capture some of the magic he's had early in the year, because he's gotten off to a little bit of a slow start today.
Kermit Whitfield called for the fair catch, and there was contact made, and so that will draw flags and give him extra yardage. I think Elijah Campbell was the guy who ran into him.
Okay, all right, come on.
Our referee, Trey Blake, will make the announcement. And this one fairly obvious.
So we got 2 fouls. 2 fouls, both on the kicking team. Both on 28. All right, so do you have them blocked the 2 on? Okay, all right.
It takes a village.
We're going to decline an eligible player downfield, and we're going to take the KCI, what, number 28?
Had a rough
one. Half the distance.
Yeah, you think?
Half the distance. There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the kicking team. Prior to the kick, an eligible player downfield, kicking team, number 28. That penalty is declined. During the kick, personal foul, kick interference, kicking team, number 28. That penalty will be half the distance to the goal from the end of the kick, automatic first down.
I think they mismeasured that. It shouldn't be half the distance to the goal.
Half the distance.
That's a heck of a penalty if it's half the distance to the DC goal. They'll get it straightened out. And they're making the correction here. We'll get it all settled for you when we come back. As Josh Johnson will try and put up another touchdown pass. He did the first time he touched. Well, next Saturday, week 4 of the XFL gets going as these very same LA Wildcats will go all the way to New York to take on the Guardians. That's 2 o'clock over on ABC. And then here on Fox, we've got the Seattle Dragons at the St. Louis Battlehawks coming your way at 5 p.m. Eastern. And St. Louis is a team that's really starting to rack it up the last couple of weeks. Played well today, beating the Guardians.
To go. Let's go. Green.
Yep. 58. Hey.
Ready. To go.
Josh Johnson hands it off to Larry Rose, and Rose lowers his shoulders, gets a giggle out of a 9-yard gain. Why not?
I think little things. When you have a veteran quarterback like Josh Johnson who's been around, you heard some of the pre-snap cadence. He has a double check here. You heard him say green. That's alerting which direction they want to have the run game go. When you have a veteran quarterback that can identify defenses, identify fronts, it gives the play caller, Norm Chow, a lot of freedom and flexibility at the line of scrimmage to always make sure you're in the best possible position to have success.
On 2nd and short, Martez Carter dancing, and he gets the first down. 2-yard gain, but a yard more than they needed.
Here we go. 3-3-3. Trio right bunch. Minus. 62 Frisco switch. F-bend, R swing right.
62,
Trio
62,
right
62,
bunch.
right.
Minus 62
minus
Frisco
swing right.
switch.
Minus the swing
F bend, R swing right.
Minus 62, swing right. They going 5-2. 52, you over here. Hey, go 58, go 58.
Hold on, 58.
So there's going to be some sort of 3-man. You see the 3-man bunch at the top. They're going to run a switch release.
Down the sideline. Incomplete. In the direction of Adonis Jennings.
Yeah, he never saw it. I don't think Jennings either didn't expect the ball based on the coverage, or he lost it. But Josh Johnson tried to put it out there and give him a chance to go get it. But, you know, he never really turned and located the ball much. Little miscommunication there by Jennings and Johnson.
You know, one of the things I find interesting listening to the play calls, seems as though the coaches say a lot more words than the quarterbacks do.
They do, and I think what makes it easy now is because he only really has to tell the offensive line. All of those players, the skill players, can hear the play just as the quarterback does, and then you hear him just echo the protection of the run play to the offensive line.
Good run again, Martez Carter. Gain of 8 on that play, and we talked about how LA swarming to the ball on defense. On offense, they're running it with abandon, more so than they have all year.
They have, and again, Elijah Hood, he was one of their, you know, first skilled draft picks, a kid that I played with, Charlotte local kind of phenom high school player, has had a tough first couple weeks, has had some trouble with ball security, something that Winston Moss and Norm Chow said that they've really addressed across the entire team. And you know, you see these backup running backs making good opportunity that they have here.
They go with 2 backs in the backfield here. Johnson fakes the handoff, scrambles back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Scooby Wright on the tackle. All right, we're in that territory here, 4th down. What do you do?
Yeah, I think typically teams across the league, you know, just as we say that, they're bringing out their punt team, which surprises me a little bit. I think with these new punt rules, we haven't really covered it much today. Touchbacks, Kurt, you bring the ball all the way back out to the 35, so if you know, because the guys are really worried about kicking the ball out of bounds, kicking the ball into the end zone, so they end up just kicking it straight up in the air. The net punt is not what teams are typically accustomed to seeing.
There's a flag already.
12 players in formation, kicking team. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Well, they've taken that away.
You think they do that on purpose?
I don't think so. I think there was confusion. I think we saw tight end 88 Taquan Hampton run on. I think he thought he was on the punt team, and then they waved him off.
Hey, did that Ben pop late?
You know, but to finish what you're saying, I just, inside that 40s on both sides, plus or minus, you expect teams to be more aggressive in those situations, but obviously Winston Moss trusts his defense and is hoping they can pin him deep.
After the 5-yard penalty, you got a little more room to play with, and the punt works in their favor. Eli Rogers with a fair catch at the 15-yard line, and so that's where they will start. And another receiver for the DC Defenders, Rashad Ross. Yeah, he's another guy who was traded away. He was traded away, actually, for Trey McBride, who made the touchdown catch earlier. And this week he made sure everyone knew on Twitter that this is personal. They got to feel me. Well, we will find out if he can do some damage here as we get towards the end of the first quarter. This game's been personal for a lot of guys who were traded between these 2 teams.
It has, and it's nice to see guys be honest, right, and not just give the cliche answers. These games definitely have new meaning when you used to play for the other side.
Donnell Pumphrey out of the backfield, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
We asked Anthony Johnson yesterday in production meetings, we said, you know, does this game have any extra added flavor, a little extra flair? And he gave the right answer. He said, no, it's just another game. I'm happy to be here in D.C. But I think Ross's tweet is a little more indicative of how those guys truly feel in their hearts. They're coming out here with a chip on their shoulder to prove their former team was wrong getting rid of them.
Hey, kill! Hey, kill!
2nd and 10. They've switched centers right now. James O'Hagan in the ball game in place of Joe Toth. Presley changes direction, and flags come flying as he goes down. Trey Williams made the tackle. Well, let's see what the penalty mark is about.
Holding, offense, number 75. That penalty is declined. Result of play is 3rd down.
You know, so much of the conversation about this Wildcats defense has been their struggles in the secondary and their struggles against the pass. But the one thing that's clear across the board when you talk to anybody on either side, this defensive front of the Wildcats is legit. They got big, professional, NFL-type bodies up front. And you can see DC struggling with them a little bit, controlling the line of scrimmage, especially with their emphasis on the run game today. They're going to have to reestablish that line of scrimmage to have success as the game unfolds.
And they haven't done it thus far. Still early, but we will see as Cardell Jones. That was picked off. Mike Stevens with the interception. These two backup corners starting today already each have a pick in the first quarter.
Yeah, and again, it just doesn't seem at the top of his drop that Cardale has a lot of confidence and feels clear about where to go with the ball. You know, you see him here, he kind of double clutches. We're going to get a great view here of kind of what he sees. You know, you see him kind of double pat, and he tries to bring his receiver away from that Mike linebacker. So 57 is the cover 2 dropper, and the nickel here, Stevens, he's what they call it poaching. He's poaching the inside 2 receivers, reading the quarterback's eyes, and Cardale came out staring down his inside receiver and allowed Stevens to undercut that and make a great play on the ball. What a great start by these reserve DBs here for the Wildcats.
Giving LA the ball at the 28-yard line. Martez Carter. Good run on first down, gain of 9. Cardale Jones had 1 pick in the first 2 games, only 1 turnover entirely for the DC offense. They've already thrown 2 here in the first quarter.
Yeah, so much of the success or the struggles of both these teams, you know, taking such different parallel starts to the season was turnover differential. You know, DC, as you mentioned, was +5 on the year, and LA came into the game through 2 weeks -1. And today we've seen them entirely flip that on its head.
Martez Carter doesn't get much before Jay Bromley makes the stop. After the last interception, LA unable to take advantage of it. Cardale Jones throwing those 2 picks, hoping that the same result happens this time around if his defense can rally here on 3rd and 1.
Hey, 52 and 53.
Here we go.
Leo.
We're going. Ready. Here we go.
Johnson. All kinds of time. Underneath and open. Caught Martez Carter. 1st and goal.
Great job by Josh Johnson. His initial read wasn't there. He came out, tried to find his tight end, just bought some times, rolled right, and Carter's running back does a great job coming out of the backfield. That's just playing ball. That's playground, read and react, be friendly to the quarterback. You know, you can't teach that kind of stuff, and Josh Johnson brings a unique skill set to the quarterback position to go along with his, you know, maturity and all of his experience.
18 yards on the final play of the first quarter. One in which LA scored early, and their defense is taken over and has the offense knocking on the door here in Los Angeles. Well, the DC Defenders came in as the #1 passing team in the league, but they were shut down in the first quarter, Jenny Taft.
Well, appreciate it, Kurt. And Cardale, I do want to check in with you. I know you don't want to talk about the negative and the picks, but I saw you pull your guys together. What was discussed, and how do you get this offense on track?
Stop forcing things and let it just come to us. We all hyped up to be out here and play a great game, play against a good team. We need to settle down and let our offense come to us.
All right, look forward to it. Thank you.
All right, he'll hope his defense can step up here on 1st and goal. Martez Carter cutting it back. Good stiff play by this defender's front. Jay Bromley stopped him from getting in the goal line.
This is an area of the field that kind of ties into the point after tries. This is an area of the field across the league that teams have really struggled. You know, obviously here this isn't a point after, but you know, inside the 5, teams just haven't really solved this puzzle of, you know, from the 5-yard line in on offense, what they really want to do.
LA comes out with 7 linemen and 2 running backs.
Ready. To go.
And they hand it off to one of them. Larry Rose lowers his shoulder into the end zone for the score.
Well, there was no mistake what LA wanted to do. They felt that they could run the ball right at him, as you said. 2 running backs, 7 offensive linemen, and a great job by Rose. You know, they didn't block everybody, but sometimes on the goal line they tell a running back, hey, that guy belongs to you. You got to run him over. We'll get everybody else. Great job there, capitalizing. You know, after the first pick, they kind of stalled. Then after the second pick, this LA Wildcats offense was able to get points on the board here and have a chance to go up 2 scores.
Go!
Rose, another one of those guys who's taking advantage of an opportunity. Got to start this week.
Daddy, I love you too. Hey, let's get it.
I think all LA Wildcat fans love him right now after that touchdown run.
Yeah, they do.
They go for 2.
There's Nelson Spruce right here. haven't gotten him going. He's got 33% of their targets this year.
Here comes the pressure.
Him going.
Screen play. Carter. Got it. 2 points added on in L.A. He's got a 14-0 lead.
You can't say enough about this running backs group. And when we talked to Norm Chow and we said, hey, who's going to fill up, who can fill in some space, who's going to help you guys pick up the slack when teams start taking away Nelson Spruce? And he mentioned the running back group as a whole. And you see here today with Carter and Rose, these two guys have really carried a load and taken a lot of pressure off this pass game. These guys have really taken advantage of their opportunities, as we said, with Hood being inactive. Got to be happy for these guys to make the most of his chances.
First rushing touchdown of the season for Carter. And remember, Fox Bet said that DC was an 8.5-point favorite. And right now, they're down 14 points. And we're just getting the second quarter started. How happy is that LA sideline, Jenny Tapp?
All right, I got to check in with the guy calling all the action, Winston. There was an emphasis when we spoke this week about this offense starting fast. What has been the difference?
Well, these guys are playing together right now, and they're doing a great job with taking the ball away. The offense is moving the ball, establishing some run game. And so as long as we can keep that pressure on them, I see us doing some good things.
All right, I know you got to get to the D. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And Winston Moss is right. I mean, this team has played together. And look, we're 45 seconds into the second quarter, but this has been their most complete game so far on both sides of the football.
Yeah, we talked about turnover differential was really the big impact both these teams had coming into their season, and now the tides have kind of turned. A team that hadn't turned the ball over quite a bit in DC now turned it over with 2 picks in the first quarter. And this Wildcats defense, shorthanded, especially on the perimeter and defensive back. 2 backup DBs come up with 2 big picks. The last pick led to an offensive touchdown. Really doing a nice job settling to this game here, and the picks and the turnovers are a big part of it.
So now it's up to DC to try to settle down. They throw it to the tight end, Kari Lee, take the short game, but probably right now just trying to get a rhythm.
Yeah, try to get a rhythm. I wouldn't be shocked to see at some point here to see Cardell let one fly, go max protect and let him just air a ball out and try to see if he can get one of his guys on a deep post or a deep cross. They need a spark play to try to get his confidence back. Hear him saying all the way out, trying to come out here. Worried about that guy coming off the slot.
Scrambling. Decides to keep it.
Come on, ref. Heat, ref. Come on.
On the ball, three-way. On the ball, three-way. On the ball, three-way.
I'm gonna run your ass over.
All right, let's go. See if we can get this.
Don't worry about it. Here it comes.
Okay, give me Zebra. We still got Zebra, right? I'm going with one of my Wizards.
Hustle, to go. Hey, even Quaker.
You see them calling the play at the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 1.
Even Quaker. Hurry, let's go.
Jones under pressure. Sacked. Another big play by this Wildcats defense. Trey Williams with the sack.
Yeah, you heard him say even Quaker is obviously a code word. They're going to try. They're in unbalanced. This is the tight end. You see, they only have one guard and then the tight end on the left side. The extra tackles here try to give them some protection to the front. He's got to throw that ball. Anytime you have a sprint out to one side, you're unprotected off the backside. And in this case, Cardell just doesn't get rid of the ball. He's got to throw that ball as a completion in the flat or throw that ball out of bounds. He can't take that sack knowing on sprint out, you're unprotected off the backside.
They lose 9 yards, so Hunter Nicewander comes on the punt. Gets it off cleanly. There's Kermit Whitfield backing up. Now going forward down the sideline. He thought about it. Reversing field. There's room to that left side if he can get there. With a block. Into DC territory. What haven't the Wildcats done right so far?
I mean, this is like a completely new team. This is a completely new team from the Wildcat team we saw in week 1 and 2. It's a great punt. You see Whitfield set it up. It was supposed to be a sideline right. And you can't coach that. Whitfield, just his vision, his speed, getting on the edge. And look at his guys chasing him down, selling out for those extra blocks. They have come out, all three aspects of the game. Offense, defense, special teams have all impacted this game today. And everything Coach Winston Moss told us during the week, they've identified their problems, identified the situations that need to be addressed, and it's clear that the message was received.
That was a 41-yard punt return by Whitfield. Gives him the ball at the DC 42. Here's Johnson with time, middle of the field. Off the fingertips of Trey McBride.
Oh, McBride has him beat. Would have been his second touchdown of the game. What a great ball. Just a big, deep post route by McBride. Gets a clean release, runs right by the safety and corner. Just kind of short arms it. He didn't fully extend for the ball. You see how his elbows are bent. Oh, man, that's one that McBride wants back. Josh Johnson thinks he has 6. Don't be surprised if they dial that back up again at some point in this game.
Yeah, he was open. Here's Martez Carter.
There it is.
Carter fights his way out to the 35-yard line, gain of 7.
Dual right stack. Dual right stack. Dual right stack. 62. F option. 62. F option. Dual right stack. Go to 3. Or get Nelson on the option route.
So you hear him talking Nelson. That's Nelson Spruce. You're going to see him at the top of the screen in a stack. This is him. So that's the stack of dual stack F option. 15's going to probably try to, McBride's going to try to run these guys off and isolate Spruce on an option route, try to get the first down.
They pick up the blitz. And nice job of breaking up that pass play. Carlos Merritt coming in there to swat it away.
Yeah, he decided to go look at Barnes, the tight end, again. I thought he could have just stayed at the top. Anytime on 3rd and medium there, when a coordinator identifies an option or a two-man concept, especially to a guy like Spruce, typically the quarterback gives him a chance to win. He's got a two-way go on the option route. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they come back to it. Spruce has been their most sure-handed and efficient player all season long.
They need to get it to the 32-yard line here to keep the drive going. McBride does it. And a couple of more right on top of the 30. First down.
Pretty easy there. So on the first option route, McBride clears it out. On this one, you'll see Spruce run a wheel route to clear the coverage, and McBride, he's just running first down depth, turning, friendly. Quarterback puts the ball down. He's just got to go down and secure the catch for the first down. Those two-man stack concepts make McBride and Spruce give a coordinator and a quarterback a lot of options on what they can do with those two guys out of that alignment.
Ready! Hey, easy. Hey, time out.
The play clock was winding down.
It was 2 seconds
No, the left tackle jumped when he said easy.
It was 2 seconds left.
You see Johnson trying to argue that he called a timeout before the play clock hit 0.
I think his left tackle jumped.
Who? Okay. Prior to the foul, timeout, Los Angeles, their first of the half.
And so they give it to him.
30-second timeout.
He gets the timeout, prevents the penalty, stops the clock, and it keeps what is a good drive going after the big special teams play. Set them up into DC territory. Can they take advantage of this? They've done everything else right so far. Well, standing at the opposite ends of their respective divisions, DC and LA showing us why they play the games. It is 14-0 in what has been a dominant performance thus far by the LA Wildcats. We're still early in the second quarter as they lead at 14-0, looking for more. Ball's on the 30-yard line. Kurt Menefee along with Greg Olson and Jenny Taft coming your way from Los Angeles.
Ready! To go!
Reverse. Whitfield looking for a block. He gets it from his quarterback, but it's not enough. DC doing a good job defensively on that play, not being fooled at all.
Nice job. I thought when they first started it from here, it looked like they had something brewing. Josh Johnson was out on the perimeter, but a great job. Desmond Lawrence, the corner on the top of the screen, did a great job staying home, and you can see him coming in. He's coming out of the left side of your screen. There's Josh Johnson's great block. What a great block. You see Lawrence coming up here, forcing the play. I thought they had a little something on the reverse, but nice job by DC staying home on the backside.
Yeah, Lawrence is still down on the field. drinking, can we say Gatorade?
I wonder if he's cramping.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it looks like.
It seems a little early in the game. It's 65 degrees.
Yeah.
No humidity. He's pulling back on his toe. It seems like he's cramping.
Well, when they bring you the energy drink out and you start drinking it right away and you start stretching your legs, that's usually what it means. But as you said, I mean, this is Southern California. It's actually cool here if you live in LA. 65 degrees this time of year. But
I guess compared to what they're used to in DC, I guess everything feels warm. But he's jogging off the field. He should be fine.
Winston Moss is more than fine with the way his team is playing right now. So much adversity through the first 2 weeks. On the scoreboard, you mentioned Pepper Johnson, defensive coordinator, was fired. They traded away players. It just seemed everything was going wrong, but they have settled down and today are performing well. Martez Carter with a run on second down.
What impressed me from just hearing Coach Winston Moss just address their struggles the first 2 weeks, as you said, they've had a lot of, kind of turmoil, coaches, players, moving parts. But the one thing he was real confident and adamant about was that they could get it fixed. And he obviously, he looks like a fortune teller because everything he said to us all week has come true, at least through the first quarter and change of this game.
Taking on a team a lot of people considered the best, if not one of the top 2 teams in all the XFL. Here's Josh Johnson going deep down the sideline. This time, Trey McBride holds it in.
He wasn't going to let that opportunity pass him up. You knew he was kicking himself from the earlier drop on what would have been his second touchdown, and Josh Johnson comes back to him again. This time, nothing fancy. He just runs a go route on the outside, runs right by. Again, remember, that's good coaching. Remember, Lawrence just came out of the game, and now he's replaced by his backup, Duran Grant. And he just runs right by him. That's great coaching by the Wildcats, identifying you got a backup player who hasn't been in due to injury of the starter on the play before. First play, put one of your best players and go right after him.
McBride's second touchdown today, and we mentioned earlier, remember, he started the season with the DC Defenders, was traded as part of the Rashard Ross switch.
If you're just looking at this week's game, that trade looks pretty good on the Wildcats' part.
Giving the camera the stare down. And the Wildcats deciding to go for one here.
Hey, Jordan, slice. 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 We're going. Ready. Say go. Go.
A little miscommunication looks like, but there's a flag on the play.
I think the tight end went in motion, Kurt. I don't think they got reset. I think it's going to be a pre-snap infraction here.
Hey, tell him he calling it.
Illegal shift.
Yeah.
Offense. That penalty is declined. The result of the try is unsuccessful try for point.
So they don't get the point after, but that's okay. Trey McBride's got his second score against his old team. 28 yards this time from Josh Johnson, who's got 2 touchdown passes in this first half, and LA is on top by 20.
Yeah, I got no excuses. And it's for y'all, man. It's for y'all. Stay with us. Come on, man. Stay with us. We got y'all right here. LA, we love you, man.
Trey McBride, a couple of touchdown receptions already in this game, imploring the crowd to stay with him. Jenny Taft with DC's head coach Pep Hamilton about how they can try and get back in this thing.
And Pep, for you guys, a position you haven't been in yet this season, what is missing and how do you get on track?
We got to make some plays on first and second down on offense, stay out of third and long, and just really take it one play at a time. There's no 20-point touchdown, so we got to focus on winning each play.
Okay, thank you for the time.
All right, down by 20 is Jarrell Presley. Watches that one go out of bounds off his hands, and they're going to be deep in their own territory to start.
Yeah, sometimes, Kerr, when it rains, it pours. They can't do anything right. They can't even return the kickoff right now. You see Presley tries to take it off the bounce, takes his eyes off it. Not only does he muff it, he ends up knocking it out of bounds at the 6-yard line. So they're going to make this a little more difficult than it already was, being down 20, now having to go 95-plus yards. But Cardell's got to find a way to get in rhythm. You heard Pep say there's no 20-point plays. They got to get a completion here. just get them moving down the field a little bit.
Let's go. Monday.
This look here, they love running the ball, but they love deep play action. At some point in the game, after they establish this run, he's got to put the ball over the top.
Hurry. Go.
From the 7, Donnell Pumphrey. Ball comes out, and DC recovers. Right now, DC is just trying to hold on.
They are. They're really struggling right now. You heard him check out of it. He has a really run-friendly box. They just run a basic downhill gap-type scheme. It's a great run. I think he's down, so they'll lose the yardage. If they take a look at this, he would lose that yardage of the advanced fumble, but they might be letting the play stand.
Wizard, rattle, under Dixie right. Wizard, ready? Rattle. Wizard. Dixie right. Yeah, Wizard.
Just a lot of confusion, Kurt. They can't get a play called. They got to just settle down.
Hey, Rashard.
Prior to the foul, timeout. DC.
They had 12 guys on the field there, had the wrong personnel group.
Quarterback can't hear me. Wideouts, can you guys hear me? You can? 1, 2, 3, can you hear me? No. All right, this is what we got, okay? Expect cover 2 on the toes of that safety. We'll go under Dixie right, odd wizard, F rattle, Z-rib corner. Z-rib corner, be mindful. Nothing's there, you take it down. All right, under Dixie right, odd wizard, F rattle, Z-rib corner. Can you hear me, guys?
Obviously some issues with the communications and the helmet there for DC right now. As you said, everything going wrong for them at this point.
Yeah, I think from hearing Pep Hamilton address his team, I think they're going to try to take a shot here, but you heard him tell Cardale Jones, if it's not there, just get it dropped off underneath. He doesn't want his quarterback trying to press here and force the ball down the field, but if they get the right look, I think he might be taking a shot here. Let's see.
Hurry. Go.
Play fake. Jones wants to go downfield, but can't. Pulls it down, runs with it. Rough slide, but he does it right across the first down marker.
Yeah, that's the play action deep shots that we've seen on tape from these guys for the first couple weeks. You see they go just hard play action here to the left. They're trying to get, you see the guy, they just do a great job. LA does a great job not coming up on the run action, keeping their depth. You heard Pep Hamilton, he said either if it's not there, get rid of it underneath. In that case, obviously, Cardale Jones was able to use his feet and get the first down.
Burst, special.
The 11-yard run, their biggest play of the game so far.
Special burst. Yeah. No. Hurry. Let's go.
Jones, there's the shot, and he overthrows Rashard Ross. No flags on the play.
That's the first real shot he's taken. They've called a few, but they haven't gotten the right look for the right coverage yet. And give credit to LA, this Winston Moss, newly led defense. They've done a nice job keeping this deep passing attack in front of them.
Even Sally.
You can see Pep Hamilton allowed to go out there because they're having communication issues in the quarterback helmet.
Even Sally.
People don't understand what a difference this makes. Typically, the skill players have the call in their helmet, so now Cardale Jones has to call the entire play, not something he's accustomed to in this league.
One-handed by Presley, flags fly as he's tackled, and that one looks like it's going to come back. You think LA's feeling it right now?
You can see there's no love lost between these two teams for some reason.
Offense, number 15. That penalty is declined. With all the play, it's third down.
Seems like after every play, LA's defenders are in their face telling them some things we can't repeat on air, but their attitude, you take on the attitude of your coach. Winston Moss, an intense guy, disciplinarian, gets after his guys, and
Scrappy dog.
Obviously his team is responding to that approach right now today.
You got a dog in his own bud. Let's go. Blue lining. Play hard.
Here's Jones on 3rd and 12. That's the tight end, Kari Lee. And Lee gets out to the 35-yard line. They're 6 yards short, and so they're going to punt.
You just can't say enough about this Wildcats defense. When we watched them in week 1, they really struggled. There was blown coverages, guys out of position, missed assignments. Week 2, last week we saw Winston Moss's foot fingerprints kind of start to be kind of evident on this team, and now in week 3 it seems like it's really starting to come together. I couldn't be more impressed with what they've been able to do against one of the most prolific passing attacks in the entire XFL.
Here's Nicewander on to punt. Oh, it's blocked. And LA recovers inside the 5. Jack Tocho.
Offense, defense, special teams.
Yep.
This is just an all-around unbelievable effort. He got there so fast, the punter pulled the ball back.
Yeah.
He didn't even attempt to punt it. It's not often that you see that.
I thought Tocho blocked it and recovered it. He didn't even have to block it.
Yeah, you see, this Wender, the punter, pulled the ball back. He realized just how tight those guys were. Great effort by this Wildcats team. Special teams now jumping in. 3rd turnover of the game by DC. Another short field. I mean, 4 yards short of a field. This is unbelievable.
1st and goal from the 4. The up back, Martez Carter, fighting. Going to be stopped just short of the goal line.
Second time they've run that play. They ran it last time when they were down in this situation before their last scoring drive. Kind of a misdirection, kind of a scissors handoff, kind of an interesting concept. Following that, the last time they just went big boy football with the extra lineman and ran right at him. Let's see if they take the same approach here.
7 linemen again. Carter trying to dive into the end zone, and he got it. Martez Carter, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
This has to feel so good for these guys. Everything, how the first 2 weeks went. Again, that scissors action. See Scooby, oh, he lost the ball. I guess they're saying he broke the plane.
Yeah, it was on the other side of the goal line, it looked like, when it came out.
You got to be happy for these guys. In front of their home crowd, been through a lot, had a lot of, kind of turmoil for the first couple weeks of the season, but hats off to Winston Moss and his entire staff.
I love you, Vaughn and Mario.
Talk about circling the wagons. Pretty incredible.
3 turnovers. The last 2 turned into touchdowns.
We're going. Ready. Say go.
Now for the 1 point. And they get it again. Larry Rose. And it's now a 27-0 Los Angeles lead.
Just, again, the run game down by the goal line has been kind of the Wildcats staple. That's what they've gone to back time and time again for the point after tries and for their scoring touchdowns. Just an all-around great effort. Starts with the guys up front. Getting a great effort by the running backs. This is just complete, total domination by LA today.
Jenny Taft.
Hey, don't get a break. I'm about to be right back on the field.
Appreciate you. Go give me the ball. Go give me the ball.
All right, Martez, I know there's a lot going on here, and I'm hearing your Mr. Excitement.
Crowd pleaser.
Crowd pleaser. Just take me through what has clicked for this group. You guys, this is a whole different team we're seeing today.
Oh, well, the coaching staff came down and they just said that, guys, we got to change this thing around, and that's exactly what they did. All week we just been prepping all week. We staying extra late, getting up extra early, and we really dissected this team. I appreciate the coaching staff, Josh, and everybody just for cracking down on those guys. And we've been in meetings all day and all night just preparing for this game, and it's showing up. It's going to continue to show up for the next 2 quarters and the 3rd.
Okay, no pressure, but I hear you can do a backflip. What's it going to take for you to put it on display?
Give me one more in the box.
Okay, one more in the box. I'll come back.
One more in the box.
All right, thank you very much.
He's looking for one more touchdown. Hey, the way this thing has gone so far, it's not out of the realm of possibility. This has been all Wildcats as DC tries to get a good return from Presley to get something going. Remember, DC came in having turned the ball over once in their first 2 games.
Yeah, and that's been the story today. It started with the 3rd down pick. Cardell, you heard Pep telling him, just throw it, eat it, through the pick. Forced this one into zone coverage. And then, of course, the punt block. I mean, they got through so clean. I don't even know if it was technically a block as much as it was just a fumble by the punter. Just an all-around dominant performance by this Wildcats team today.
Yeah, 3 turnovers by DC, and now they've got a running back running into his own lineman. That's Donnell Pumphrey.
They're going to have to open it up at some point, I know.
Well, I was going to ask you at this point, do you open it up and try and get some points here, or do you kind of just try and settle down and take what you can before you get to halftime?
I know. I think you got a player like Cardell Jones. I know today he's kind of been struggling a little bit, but you know what kind of player he is. Been one of the better players in the league through the first couple weeks. I think you got to put this game on his shoulders and say, hey, we got a 27-point deficit here, a little more than a half to go. You're going to have to be special, bud.
He scrambles here on 2nd down. It'll be 3rd and 4.
I think you find yourself down 27 in the first half, Kurt. I think your game plan kind of goes out the window a little bit. You can only stay so committed to the run. You can only stay so patient. Yes, one play won't bring you back, but the way this game has been going, I don't think 27 is where LA is going to finish on the scoreboard.
Hurry!
Here's Jones. He's got time. Pumps, brings it down. And he runs it before being forced out of bounds by Ahmad Dixon.
Tell you, Dixon, this defense, they are flying to the ball, and they're letting, oh, you see them, they're letting Cardell Jones know about it. They are not backing down. They don't care that they haven't won a game.
Well, when you're up by 4 touchdowns.
They are flying. They're playing with a ton of confidence. I'll tell you, when you watch from this angle, we can really see the back end, and we can see the big picture. There's nobody open.
Right.
They're doing an unbelievable job on the back end. There is nowhere for Cardell Jones to throw the ball. And right now, I think he's starting to feel that and pressing a little bit.
Look at the difference in the first 2 games to today so far. And their offense will get another shot at it. Neswander gets that one off. McBride backed up inside the 10. And so they'll start back at their own 21, 22-yard line, let's say. Oh, we're watching a beatdown go on right now, but Friday you can see WWE SmackDown as John Cena is back. The man, the myth, the legend joins the superstars of SmackDown as he returns home to Boston. Don't miss it. It's a special Friday night SmackDown this week, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Can, D short. Hey, 17, on, ready? Do a left.
I mean, Josh Johnson is ready to go again. 2.5 left. And remember, you get inside 2 minutes, the clock will stop even more, and they have 1 timeout. So plenty of time to try and add even more points here.
Yeah, you're kind of interested to see what kind of approach here. Are they content going in 27-0? Are they going to try to force the envelope here and try to go down for another score?
They stopped the run for a loss. Martez Carter. And Jameer Thurman with the tackle in the backfield.
I think they're content, obviously, taking it to the 2-minute. But as you said, Kurt, with these new timing rules, 2 minutes now doesn't allow you to really run the clock like it used to. With the clock stopping, no matter ball inbounds or out, it just extends that final 2 minutes so much that teams really have to approach it with a different sense of urgency than they do under the more traditional timing rules.
Well, it's been 28 minutes so far, and in those 28 minutes, Los Angeles has put up 27 points while giving up 0. Can they add more before they go to the locker room at halftime? Well, grab your phone, because before next weekend's XFL action kicks off, you can download the Fox Sports Super 6 app and play the XFL game for free. It gives you a chance to win up to $10,000. And I'm sure everyone right now on the Super 6 app. Took LA to win this game. I mean, they scored 17 points week 1, 18 points week 2. They've already put up 27 here with 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Just like everybody thought, right?
As you said earlier, Kurt, that's why they play the game, right?
It is. And we'll see what LA does here. With the rules inside 2 minutes, they're forced to press the action.
Check out.
Johnson, little sidearm caught. Jordan Smallwood. You see the experience at quarterback there paying off for Johnson.
Little RPO style action, had a run called. He liked the matchup on the quick slant to Smallwood. He kind of had to change his arm action a lot. That's kind of been the new in vogue kind of quarterback play. People are starting to now see from some of these guys, and you saw it clear there, trying to get that ball into the defender's hands.
9 yards on the pass play.
We're good. Ready. Check out.
They hand it off. Martez Carter. Nowhere to run. Sam Montgomery in the backfield before he got the ball almost.
Yeah, I think that was the same play they had on second down that he pulled and ended up throwing the ball. You have to wonder if they had the same RPO there. They got they got a receiver coming down. Actually, that's the tight end. He's the converted receiver, to tight end Hampton. Just a tough matchup there on the outside. He's not the guy they probably want in that position, setting the edge. They'd probably rather 82 Brandon Barnes, but great play there. Defenders needed to stop, get their offense a chance to get something going here before the half. Try to press the issue and get on the board here before the halftime.
So they use that final timeout, but once again, we've mentioned inside 2 minutes, the clock will stop. Anytime it's out of bounds like normal, it stops until the ball is snapped again. But any play inbounds, the clock will stop, give the ball spotter a chance to reset it, and then 5 seconds will run off the play clock before it runs off the game clock. So it gives you a chance to get up to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball, and do something.
Yeah, that's what I thought on third down. Just like you said, I thought with the new rules that there's not a ton of harm in trying to take a pass there and take a shot at a first down. Clock's gonna stop anyway. You do make them burn a timeout, but those timeouts, as you said, aren't as valuable as they are in the other timing rules.
Here's Shane Trapuka's punt. Eli Rogers down the sideline, and he takes it into LA territory. So it'll be good starting field position for Cardell Jones as this DC team tries to get something on the board before halftime.
EVP Obama balloon. Motion? No. Whatever you want. Hey.
There you see the rules here in the comeback period, as they call it.
We got rib key. Rib key on Sunday. Ready? Yeah.
First time all day that DC has been in LA territory. Starting at the 49.
Yeah. Permit. Rib 5-7. Rib 5-7. Rib. Hey, Sunday. Hurry. Let's go.
Jones fires to no one.
Yeah.
DeAndre Tompkins was the closest guy there, but they were about 10 yards apart.
I think there's a little miscommunication there. I think Cardell Jones expected DeAndre Tompkins kind of flatten that route out towards the sideline. He kept it high. And as you said, that ball wasn't even close.
It has been a struggle on offense all day long. As many turnovers as first downs.
Hey, yeah, rip. Hurry. Let's go.
Jones underneath. That's Presley out of the backfield, but he doesn't get far. Jerome Copeland with the stop. After a short gain of 3 yards.
Hey, act key, ready?
See what they have in store here on third down. As you've said, passing the ball's been a struggle all game. Can they find their rhythm here at the end of the first half to get a little momentum into the halftime break?
Here's Jones over the middle, caught his tight end Kari Lee, and Lee will take it down to the 20. Under a minute left. 26 yards on that pass play. And DC first passing first down of the game. Now they got something going.
Nice job by Pep Hamilton there. On the previous play that he checked down to the back, they ran the exact same route. The tight end popped over. Pep Hamilton today running again. That time Cardale Jones didn't miss his big tight end down the middle of the field.
Scrambling is the big Jones. Give him 5 yards. Clock will stop until they re-spot the ball. And then 5 seconds after that, the game clock will go. So they've got a chance to hurry this up.
Let's go Z-fade.
Get a quick snap.
Z-fade.
They got a ton of time here. They don't need to panic. They don't need to force the issue here. They got tons of clock.
Jones looking right. Tompkins, the intended receiver, and he was stopped by Roman Tatum. No flags anywhere.
Yeah, the Mikes obviously picked up Z-fade. Tompkins there is the Z receiver, just trying to throw a jump ball, take a chance.
Let's the bundle right dirty. Let's go chip, even key, ballpark.
Hey,
Wide
chip,
corner
even
leak.
key. Ready?
Chip, even key, that's something that I recognize. Pep Hamilton used to be in Indianapolis with our former offensive coordinator, Rob Chudzinski. That's a real common. The chip, we're going to chip these ends before we release on our break. Before we release. Key is the protection.
Oh, it doesn't help. It goes in and out of the hands of his tight end, Donnie Ernsberger.
Oh, it's a critical drop. He comes on the drag. Just keep running. Don't jump. Just catch it with your hands. Oh, you see Pep's reaction there. He knew that's a...
Yeah, we got that.
It's just too easy at this level. That's got to be a first down conversion.
We got
And so at this point, DC just taking some points so they can go to the locker room on the scoreboard. Hopefully, as Ty Rasa will try this one from 32 yards out. And DC gets 3 points. Plus, they get the ball to start the second half.
You heard Cardale Jones come off the field, and he goes, we got these guys. We're good. We settled in. I think that drive, even though it only ended with a field goal, I think we saw Cardale Jones start to settle into the game. Pep Hamilton started to feel the rhythm of the game as a play caller. I like the body language Cardale Jones had there coming off the field. Offense has a little more life.
Did you spray or straight still?
Got their work cut out for him, but if anybody can do it, it's this defender's offense.
Remember now, okay, on cover 2, that fade is a no-go. It's 2 people over there.
The one thing you notice, they are down 27-3 at this point. Cardale is calm. Pep Hamilton is calm.
These niggas. I swear to God, we got these niggas. We got these niggas. Hey, we got them. We got them. I'm telling you now, we got them. Hey, we about to tear their ass.
All right, so LA will touch it one more time. They do have one timeout left. And then we'll see what happens with this return. Their special teams has been really good so far in this ballgame.
I think barring any sort of big chunk return here, you got to imagine LA is going to take this lead, take a knee, take this lead. No reason here to force the issue by trying to do anything with 30 seconds left.
Marquez Carter on the run. Trying to set up blocks. They stop him. Good second effort by Carter. So with 20 seconds left, LA will get it one more time. Keep in mind, next Sunday on Fox, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to California, where we are for the Auto Club 400. Kyle Busch took home the hardware last year, and we'll see who will challenge the champ for an early season win this campaign. All the action starts next Sunday, 3:30 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Got him. Who's in their best shot?
I think one thing that's interesting is that as we listen in on Cardale, he keeps telling everybody else, don't worry about it. We got this. He's not necessarily saying they're exactly where they want to be, but he's making sure the rest of the team does not panic down 27-3 at halftime. So a frustrating first half for Cardale Jones and the DC defenders, but they've got another half to go. I think it's the opposite of frustration, probably adulation for Josh Johnson and the Los Angeles Wildcats. Josh is with Jenny.
Well, Well, Josh, we chatted after the first score of the game, and now it's 27-3. How happy are you with this offense? Because when we spoke this week, you said, just wait, we're coming.
Not happy enough. We got more to do. We got 2 games to make up for. So our job is to start getting this thing rolling. We got to stay focused, and we got to finish this game. It's not enough.
And Trey McBride, also new to this team. You guys have clearly connected. How has he been performing for you?
He's playing great. He's playing great, stepping up. He's ready to go. We're excited to have him back, and he's making plays for us.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
All right, so Josh Johnson will go into the locker room with a 24-point lead, largest of any team at halftime in the XFL this season. 27-3 is the score. Don't go too far, because keep in mind, there's only a 10-minute halftime here in the XFL, so we'll be back before you know it. XFL football brought to you by Progressive Insurance. For home, auto, or motorcycle insurance, reach out to Progressive. It has been a highlight-filled first half for the Los Angeles Wildcats as they lead at 27-3. Highlights from some of the other games going on this weekend in the XFL, starting yesterday, where the Houston Roughnecks, well, they just had P.J. Walker do P.J. Walker things, and Cam Phillips is turning out to be a guy who does his thing week in and week out. Second straight week, 3 touchdown passes between those two, and they knock off Tampa Bay 34-27 to stay undefeated. Meanwhile, in Seattle, the Dallas Roughnecks got a nice day from Landry Jones and a really good day from their tight end, Donald Parham. 101 yards, 2 touchdowns for Parham, including this 65-yarder, and Dallas gets their second straight win, 24-12. Earlier today, the St. Louis Battlehawks scored the very first kick return touchdown in XFL history, and it came on a reverse. Joe Powell finished it off. It wound up being a 90-yard score as they take care of the New York Guardians 29-9 to win their home opener in front of 28,000. And St. Louis has now won 2 straight. The X Factors around the league, well, we mentioned Phillips and Parham. And on the ground today, Matt Jones got it done for the St. Louis Battlehawks, 95 yards and a touchdown. Trey McBride doing the job here. He's got 2 receiving touchdowns in this game. Also 2 on the ground for LA, and so DC's got their work cut out. Coming back with the second half kickoff. McBride's open into the end zone for the Wildcat touchdown.
Well, these guys are playing together right now, and they're doing a great job. We're taking the ball away.
That was today's Progressive game flow. Oh, as you might expect, the stats heavily in favor of the Wildcats. And when you're up 27-3, they probably should be. So the defenders with their work cut out for them here to start the second half. Pep Hamilton rallying the troops during the halftime break.
Look for it, guys, okay? All right, stay together. Stay focused. Stay focused. Let's play a great half of defenders football, and then we'll see what happened on the scoreboard. All right, one play at a time. We can do it. Stay together.
Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Bring it in.
Kurt Menefee along with Greg Olson. And, you know, Greg, it's easy to say stay together, stay calm, all that kind of stuff. But how do you do that down 24?
You know, I think it's hard. I think there's a very fine line and a balance between being true to what you are, being true to what's gotten you to this point, being 2-0, but then also recognizing you're down 24 with only 1 half to play. I think they got to rely on Cardale Jones. You saw his confidence leaving the field. It hasn't been shaken. Early in this second half, they got to find out if that's for real or not and see if he can lead them back, which would be an unbelievable comeback victory here.
All right, so on the flip side, if you're LA, how do you keep up? Because this has not been who you were the first 2 weeks. How do you keep it up here for another half?
I am so impressed with LA. I think they have proven so many people on the outside wrong. And internally all week, though, we heard the message. They are not surprised. They're the only ones that aren't shocked by this result. I think if you're Winston Moss, you just come in at halftime and say, just keep doing what you're doing, right? We're not going to change anything. We don't need any rah-rah speeches. Just continue to play all 3 phases of the game the way you have in the first half. And I can't say how impressed I've been with them.
Well, enough of us talking about it. Let's get it down to Jenny Tapp with some of the participants to see how they feel.
I stepped up to Cardale at the wrong moment. Cardale, could I be? Could you just tell me really quick, and I'm sorry to bug you, the message from Coach Pep was all about DC football. How do you do it?
Just take what they give us and keep playing hard.
Okay, thank you, guys.
All right, good job, Jenny, and thank you very much, Cardell. You know, he's focused right now, trying to find a way to get his team back in this ball game and do what he says, keep playing hard.
I love his energy. I love his leadership. If anybody can do it, I think it's him, but he's got a tall order in front of him, but we'll see how this goes here. They get the ball to start the half. They got to start fast.
And that should certainly help. You can do all the rah-rah speeches, all the talk you want. But if you got to stand on the sideline and kind of wait, and especially if something negative happens, you give up a score, then it kind of shakes that faith maybe a little bit. Right now, you got a chance to kind of come out and set the tone, if you will. And you know that Pep Hamilton has had an opportunity to go over his play sheet, go over it with the quarterback, see what they like, what they think they can be effective with. And now we'll see if they can execute it here as they start the third quarter. Janelle Pumphrey makes the return. And good coverage on special teams by Los Angeles, and so they'll start it just at the 25-yard line. You see the numbers there in the first half for Cardell Jones.
Hey, listen up.
And there's no mistake about it. This team goes as Cardell Jones goes. He'd be the first to say he didn't play well in the first half. But again, he's got a whole second half here to regroup. Win or lose, I think the biggest thing for them right now is just to have a good second half and regain some of the momentum from earlier in the year.
Quick pass out to Eli Rogers, and that's sniffed out right away. Ahmad Dixon on the coverage, 5 yards on the gain. But a nice quick pass.
Yeah, and I think Pep is going to stay true to what he is. I think he's got to feel the urgency just a little bit. I think that's human nature, understanding the situation now with the half to go. But they're going to continue to utilize this great wide receiver core. Tompkins, Ross, Rogers.
All three to the right this time as they hand it off. That's Pumphrey. He gets the first down on a run of 10 yards.
There you go. That's the balance at the start of the show that we talked about. DC came into this game with such a balanced attack, run and pass, offense and defense.
Be ready for that balloon if they all drop out.
See how committed to that run they can be.
Liz. Hurry. Go.
They pick up the pressure. Jones throws it back across the field. And Pumphrey going to pick up 7 yards on that play.
Early third down here in the second half. Second down, I'm sorry. They got first down in the first play.
Yeah, they've been able to pick up balls in nice chunks here to start.
5-2. Let's go. 2 single. Hurry. Let's go.
Terrell Presley gets it outside, gets the first down and more into LA territory. And this is the kind of drive they wanted to come out of the locker room and execute.
Yeah, this is what they've been. When you turn on the tape in the first 2 weeks, this is really what they've been. Good balance, run and pass. They got two really good backs. Pumphrey, you see Presley there. They got two good backs that are pretty interchangeable. This is the style of play Pep Hamilton wants to continue. But as we've said time and time again, without some scores here to start the half, you know, how committed to the run can you be? And he seems to, the answer seems to be that they're going to remain consistent in the run game.
Here comes the pressure. Jones stepping up. Now running, trying to direct traffic. And braced himself to take the hit from Mike Stevens. Didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yes, a miscommunication there. His tight end was out in front. Cardell breaks contain. He's got Donnie Ernsberger out in front. Ernsberger goes to, he wants in the block, then he goes to run. They kind of got caught in the middle there, but I'll tell you what, Cardell's not scared. He put his shoulder right into Stevens, and he is not backing down. They got the right guy leading this group.
Well, when you're 6'5", 264 pounds, you can take those hits from those little DBs.
That helps.
Fires and misfires. Rashad Ross, the intended receiver.
Zebra. All right, buddy, here we go. Give me Scrappy. We got Scrappy right. Scrappy right. They all drop out. Check it down, okay? Scrappy right. And let's go Knife X Circus. Be ready. Check it now. Knife X Circus.
Right, ready?
He gives so much detail to Cardell. I just love the communication. telling him where his check down is, telling him where his kind of last stitch.
Here comes the blitz. Cardell gets it off, and it is caught. Diving reception by DeAndre Tompkins.
At the end of the first half, we saw Hopkins and Cardell have a couple miscommunications, some bad plays there on a critical 3rd and long. Great timing. Tompkins just running a big dig, a square in. Cardell threw that ball on time. Great catch going down to get it.
Oh, let's go. Hurry.
13 yards on that reception. Here's Donnell Pumphrey, and he's brought down in the backfield. Going to be a loss on the play. Reggie Howard with the stop. And despite the loss of 1 on this play, remember this drive started at their own 25-yard line after the kickoff.
Give me right, up right. Act off the key. See knife. X shallow. Y special 3. Drop right. X shallow. Y special 3.
Hey, act out key. Ready? 1, 2. Let's go. Rip. What's it got? Rip 5-2. Hurry. We got it.
I don't think they got it off before the clock wound down. They were trying to get a timeout, did they?
Good. Let's go with it.
Looks like they started the play clock.
Yeah, they reset it, I think, is what they did. So they wound up getting extra time. They reset the 25-second play clock.
1, 2. Hurry. Let's go.
Pressure from the edge, and Cardell goes down. Cedric Reed, the blitzing linebacker, with the sack.
Yeah, Reed does a great job here coming off the left edge. You see him here. It's just a true speed rush. The back is to his side, but the back has to cross scan for the blitzer off the other side. And Reed runs right by the right tackle. Great swipe. Cardell hits his back foot. He's got no chance. That's a great one-on-one speed rush there by Reed. Puts him in 3rd and real long.
3rd sack to go with 3 turnovers.
Hey, Sunday. Hurry. Go.
They fake the draw. Jones looking down the right side. Bubbled and picked off. Jack Tocho with the interception.
Just another example. Cardell just kind of forcing that ball, trying to get it all on one throw. 3rd and 17, just forcing that ball.
4th turnover by this DC offense. 3rd interception thrown by Cardell Jones. And the second half starts a lot like the first half finished. Well, the XFL on Fox is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Kev Hamilton, obviously not to start the second half he wanted.
Good. Step up. Back pylon. Be careful. Oh, jeez, Bo Bees.
Flag on the snap as the defense jumped off early, and what a catch made by Trey McBride as they take advantage of the free play.
Great job by Josh Johnson. He sees.
Come on! 3. That penalty is declined. It's over the play. First down.
He sees the defensive lineman jump. He knows he has a free play. Puts it up. Who else? Trey McBride, who's had a huge game. Great back shoulder. Track the ball. It's just good veteran quarterback play.
22 yards on that one. McBride, 3 catches. Pardon me, that was his 4th for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Check out.
Johnson with time cutting across Adonis Jennings.
Now, Curve, we came into this game and we said, hey, this Wildcats offense has 27 points. They're rolling. Would you have guessed Nelson Spruce has not seen a ball? I mean, this guy is leading the XFL in almost every category, receiving yards, catches, and they haven't even had to use him.
You're right.
Really speaks volumes to these other players stepping up. Smallwood, Jennings, we just saw there.
McBride having a big day, throwing to the running backs. I mean, they haven't even thrown towards him.
That's exactly what Norm Chow talked about this week.
And there they go to Spruce. Did he get 1 foot in bounds? That's all you need here. He did. Well, one official is saying yes. There's a conference going on. Incomplete.
They must have heard us up here, Kurt. So we got to get that guy going. Let's see. His left foot might have been in, Kurt. Let's see. Look at his left foot.
Ball is caught. Oh, it looked like he got that left toe in.
He is in. 1 foot.
No.
Now remember, every play is reviewed.
What a
and the replay official can stop the game, which it looks like they're doing right now to take another look at this.
So the ruling on the field is incomplete pass, correct?
Robert Liu, our replay
Yes, sir. The
official,
ruling
taking
on the
a
field
look.
is incomplete pass.
Okay. We have an angle right here. We see
Plus 47.
at the plus 47, he got his number 11 got his foot down while he had control of the ball, and he maintained control of the ball through the process of the catch all the way through. Okay, so we're going to change the call on the field.
So I was at the 47-yard line.
Give me 1 second to double check. Plus 47-yard line, okay?
Plus 47-yard line.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
8:15 on the clock. We're good on the clock, I believe. 8:15. Okay. Reset the clock to 8:15.
8:15 on the clock?
Yep.
Thank you.
That's one of my favorite parts of this league.
So cool.
After further review, the receiver was able to complete the process of the catch, get a foot down inbounds, and completely control the pass. It'll be first down at the 47-yard line. Please reset the game clock to 8:15. 8:15 on the game clock.
So it winds up being a 21-yard reception, first of the day for Spruce.
Great play. We were just talking about him, and he's obviously been the focal point of this offense through the first 2 weeks. But as we mentioned, this balance now with the backs and the other receivers and McBride, it just makes Spruce that much more effective.
Johnson has time. Caught. Big hit afterwards, and Trey McBride is still down.
Yeah, he took a good shot there.
Shot from Shamarko Thomas.
And now they threw a late flag. I'd hate to see him.
Right, yeah, still a little bit woozy as he goes over the sideline.
He's had such a great game.
Over the 100-yard mark against his former team. A couple of touchdown receptions as well, and certainly don't want to see that.
We have no foul.
Let's see here.
The ruling on the field is a completed catch. The previous play is under further review.
And replay officials are taking a look at this. Yeah, I
think he hit him in the back.
I agree with you. I don't think there should be a foul. If they're looking at it for either a late hit or hitting a defenseless player, it doesn't look like it on that replay.
I couldn't tell on that second angle. On the first angle, it looks like he hit him in the back. On that angle, he might have. I think he caught him in the back of the helmet. Yeah, I think that was pretty clear. This angle here, I think he catches him right in the back of the head. Yeah, he catches him in the side of the head, neck.
Yep.
That's exactly the kind of plays that they're trying to eliminate from the game at all levels. Just got to hope that McBride is okay.
Yeah, it looks like you can see it on that third angle that we got a chance to see. Dean Blandino joins us from Los Angeles. Right up the road. Dean, what do you see here?
Yeah, so we got a real good look into the replay process. 2 plays. We had the catch overturned, and now they're looking at that hit to the head and neck area of a defenseless player. It involves player safety, so replay can provide input. It does look like there is forcible contact to the head, the receiver in a defenseless posture. I do feel this is a foul.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And that's exactly what they call, Dean, hitting a defenseless player, Shamarko Thomas, so it adds another 15 yards on top of the 14-yard catch.
Yeah, I think they got that call right, Kurt. I think at first glance from the front side, it looked like he just got hit hard in the back, but it was really clear, as Dean said. That was clear contact to the back of the head. You just got to hope that McBride is okay.
Hey, go to 38, go to 38.
And so you see replay get involved to get it right in that manner as well, not just overturn something. Here's Josh Johnson, mistimed it with Adonis Jennings.
Yeah, I think Jennings thought he was going to scramble, and he went to take his route up the sideline on the scramble drill, and Josh Johnson just wanted him to kind of sit there and be his outlet. So much of this, we heard Norv Chow talk about reps, and the only thing they're missing is reps and practice time and playing together. You know, those mistakes and miscommunications are going to happen as the season goes on. You expect to clean a lot of that up.
And remember, Johnson didn't play week 1, so 4 quarters last week and 2.5 so far this week. So 6.5 quarters with a new team. Going towards the end zone, overthrows, this time DeQuan Hampton.
We talked about DeQuan Hampton earlier when they put him in a tough position, cracking on that end. That's not really his strong suit. This is a former wide receiver at USC. Big, tall, fast, explosive guy. He's got him. He just puts the ball out. That's his strength. Hampton is a down-the-field, vertical, speed-type tight end. He did his part. Johnson just missed him.
We're going. No, right here on 58.
So now a key third down here.
Check out.
Out of the backfield. Carter with blocks. Carter flipped into the end zone. Hey, he told Jenny Taft if he could get there one more time, he'd do a flip. This time, he delivered.
How great is that? I hope Jenny holds him to that, Kurt. He promised her. I hope he holds her, but what a great play call there. A designed swing screen to the running back, Carter. Great blockings. You see Adonis Jennings. You see his receivers blocking. O-lineman cutting guys in the middle of the field. And he almost, imagine if he landed the flip, Kurt. That would have been awesome.
Hey, he calls himself Mr. Excitement. And he delivered.
Just an absolute throttling here by the Wildcats. This is awesome.
18 yards on the reception. Carter's second touchdown of the day. Third touchdown pass for Josh Johnson. And they go for 1 point.
They love running the ball on point after tries.
33-3, courtesy of Mr. Excitement. Oh, this is... And then the forward version of it on the touchdown. Jenny Taft, he told you he'd do a flip if he could get in the end zone once more. He came through.
Oh, my goodness. You know, you live up to it. You said you do the flip. Take me through the touchdown and the celebration.
Okay. The play been drawn up all week. It was a great time to call it. I had a chance to give y'all guys the up and over. And we went up. And we went over. 6 to the boy. 6 to the boy. You know. Much love, much love.
Much love to Mr. Excitement.
And I think he's still excited. As is everyone in black right now.
Big dog.
And that boy from the sweat. The sweat. And that boy from the sweat.
Los Angeles scored 35 combined points their first 2 weeks. They've got 33, and we're just halfway through the third quarter today. Against a DC team, we mentioned earlier, a lot of people thought might be the best in the entire XFL, but it has not been that case today, as this has been a dominant performance by Los Angeles.
Oh, my.
Kurt, you said it before the broadcast. You said, is this DC Defenders defense for real, or have they just really not been tested? We weren't quite sure what this Wildcats offense would look like. As you mentioned, Josh Johnson only played one of the 2 first games, but I think they've answered all those questions. Carter's still talking. He's still fired up. You can see his teammates are genuinely excited for him. That's what this is all about. That's just awesome to see guys just genuinely having fun playing.
And so Khalid Abdullah comes in now to play running back as DC tries to get anything positive they can get going. And they had a nice drive on the last possession, and then it kind of stalled once they got inside the plus 40.
Doc Wright, yeah.
Yeah, Cardell's just trying to force it. We talked about You know, at some point their urgency level goes up, but still going to operate within the confines of the system.
Quick pass out to Eli Rogers. And the former Pittsburgh Steeler gets enough for the first down.
I'd like to see them pick their tempo up a little bit here. Every offense has some turbo calls where it's just one word, everyone's up on the line, pick your tempo. They're going to have to run a lot more plays here at a faster clip to make up a 30-point deficit in less than a quarter and a half now.
And more importantly, stop turning the ball over.
Yeah.
4 turnovers. Doesn't matter how much you move the ball if you turn it over.
Yep.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty, first down.
This Wildcats team had been plagued by the turnovers, the fumbles. Winston Moss said before practice they started doing turnover circuits, offense and defense. They really knew they needed to nip that in the bud. And now that the game is completely flipped on its head, and now the defenders are the ones struggling, turning the ball over, penalties, undisciplined football. It's not what we've seen through the first 2 weeks. Today was a little bit of a wake-up call for them.
4-man rush, and that's Abdullah. He's brought down from behind. Taiwan Jones on the stop.
Listen up. We got paint on 1, ready?
They're still committed to the run, which I understand is your identity and what you've been, but your third quarter is kind of winding down here. Another draw.
Yep, they run it again to Pumphrey. It's stretched out, and he only gets a couple of yards before going out of bounds. Let's see what Pep Hamilton calls now.
Give me trough right, odd cinco, hockey. Trough right, odd cinco, hockey.
Max 2. Max 2. Blitz, show blitz, show blitz, show blitz. Show blitz, Max 2. Show blitz, Max 2. 57, get on the edge. 57, get on the edge.
Yeah. Defensive calls a lot easier. Max 2, they're going to play some sort of 2 high, cover 2. Typically, max means to see all these guys showing blitz. Typically, they're going to bail out.
Which they did. Underneath, Pumphrey flagged down as he is hit hard. Roman Tatum with the big hit. Let's see what the penalty marker's about.
Tatum looked slow to get up there. He looked like he took the brunt of that run by Pumphrey there after the catch.
He's down on the sideline.
Yeah,
while they sort out this penalty.
Defense holding. Holding. Defense number 97. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Also includes an automatic first down.
That's on Reggie Howard, and more importantly, it is an automatic first down as DC tries to keep a drive alive. They get some help.
Oh, Hagan, you got to get back. 5-4.
Tell you what, LA's going to make it hard on them. You see on every play. We talked about it on the last third down. They got these 2 deep, high safeties, keeping everything in front of them. You want to run the ball at them. 2-3 yards a clip. That's totally fine with Winston Moss.
Nick Brissett on the carry.
All right, odd paint twitch. Let's go Trojan. Go down to Trojan. Trojan right, odd paint twitch. Here we go.
We heard odd paint the last time. They just ran a draw to the back. Unless there's some sort of alert or check, it's probably what we can expect here. Yep.
Brissett again. Well, they remain committed to the run. It moves the sticks, but the clock continues to go against them right now.
It does.
Right, chip odd key, China, X lightning leap.
Over 6
right,
buzz.
chip odd key, China, X lightning
Over
leap.
6 buzz.
We'll see a pass here.
Chip odd key.
Okay.
You hear him say chip odd key. We talked about that earlier.
We haven't run the Trojan Sally yet.
China, usually some sort of corner out, usually some sort of underneath guy.
Jones forced out of the pocket and forced to just get rid of that ball.
There's just nobody open. No, there's nobody open. They're playing this deep cover 2 zone, mixing up some of the fronts, but for the most part, their secondary is saying, we're not going to let you run by us. If you want to score, prove to us you can drive the entire length of the field, play after play after play, without a turnover, a penalty, a sack, a negative play. And right now that formula has been a successful one for this Wildcats defense.
I mean, think of this. This DC team averages 29 points a game. Second highest team scoring coming into this week. They've got 3 right now and struggling. There's a completion that ought to help out Rashad Ross.
Yeah, when you know a team's in cover 2, that right there is just a basic staple play. Your single side receiver, in that case, number 15, Ross, just going to run up 14, 16 yards, bend across the face of the safety. That was one of the few times today Cardell Jones seemed in rhythm and got that ball out of his hand on time.
Gain of 16 to the 21. They fake the draw, and Jones is in trouble. Devin Taylor this time brings him down.
See Devin Taylor, this is a read. He's going to arc and block him. They're not going to block the defensive end. And you're going to see Cardell, he thinks Reed's going down, or Taylor, and he pulls it. Great job there by Taylor. Cardell's not exactly the fastest guy. He felt if he took the running back, he had enough speed to read and react. That's how the play's drawn up, to not block him, but Devin Taylor does a great job there playing both the running back and the quarterback.
Yeah, they get their 4th sack of the game. Jones looking deep, too high, incomplete, intended for Ross. Arian Springs on the coverage.
Arian Springs started off the game with the first of the turnovers. You see him here. You know, he's going to come out hard and jam. But watch what he does here, getting his eyes around. He gets his eyes around. You can't say enough. These backup corners, Mike Stevens, Arian Springs filling in for the 2 starters against this prolific offensive passing game. Can't say enough about what a job these guys have done in their reserve role, coming in and playing a huge part of this game.
Yeah, LA came into the game with their starting cornerbacks both injured and out today. Here's Khalid Abdullah out of the backfield. And this defense continues to hold. We talk about the struggles of this DC team. They came in with 1 turnover all season. They've got 4. They've been sacked once all season. They've been sacked 4 times today. And now, here on 4th down, they're forced to go for it because they've got to get something on the scoreboard besides just 1 field goal.
Turnovers, penalties is the great equalizer in football at any level. In any division, you turn the ball over, you're going to give yourself a really tough time. And today we've seen turnovers, penalties, red zone missed opportunities have really plagued the defenders.
On 4th down, Jones intercepted again. His 4th pick thrown. Mike Stevens, his 2nd interception of the game, and he's going down the sideline with help. Flags come flying out as he's down in DC territory, but another big play by this LA defense.
Just talked about it, Kurt. These guys have stepped up from the first quarter all the way throughout the game, and they have just been too much for this passing game, this Pep Hamilton-led passing game with Cardell Jones. They have just not had answers. You see Stevens, again, he poached it from that exact same position on the earlier pick earlier in the game. He's just playing that nickel cornerback in the slot, reading the quarterback's eyes. I'm not sure if Cardell thought he could throw it over his head, if he didn't see him. But we can't say enough good things about what these guys have done. I feel like we're a broken record, but they deserve all the praise today for coming out and responding the way they have. Crowd's getting pumped up. What a great atmosphere. Kurt, I think they're sorting out in the field. Cardell Jones came and took out the legs of the blocker. And I think that's a penalty, but it seemed like there was a bunch of flags scattered on the field, so I think there might be more than one.
And also, one of the officials took his hat off on the sideline, which means he ran out of flags. That means he'd thrown his flag and then needed another.
Fouls on the play.
Here we go.
Against each team. After interception, personal foul, illegal block below the waist, passing team number 12. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the return team number 30 for a hit out of bounds. Those penalties offset, the ball will be placed at the spot of the interception. First down, LA.
So it negates what was a huge return, but it's still a big turnover. Mike Stevens with his second pick of the ball game. 4th thrown by Cardell. 5 turnovers by DC. All right, so Mike Stevens gets the interception. He returns it 60 yards, but then there are offsetting penalties, which is huge in the field position battle.
It is. I think with the Cardell Jones penalty, they're going to get 15 yards from where Stevens is tackled. They called it on number 30, but watch Ahmad Dixon, number 36, right here, come in late. I think he's who the penalty's on. Unnecessary roughness after the play. It's a 75-yard penalty there. If you just let that guy get up who made the tackle on Stevens and just celebrate with your own guys, instead of having the ball on the 5, you got the ball on the plus 30. It's a huge, huge penalty, but nonetheless, a great play again by Mike Stevens. This defender's offense has been plagued by picks.
And so they start deep in their own territory after the offsetting penalties. First down, that's DeJuan Harris. The longtime Green Bay Packers now in the ball game and getting a little bit of run. Up by 30 on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And we can't stress, this has been all Los Angeles. Offense, defense, special teams. They've created turnovers. They've scored touchdowns. Frustrating afternoon for the DC defenders, who right now are 30 points away from their first defeat of the season. On the little tape piece we used to start the broadcast, they said it was a tale of 2 cities, DC and Los Angeles. Right now, it's been a tale of 2 totally different quarterbacks. Cardell Jones, no touchdowns, 4 picks. Josh Johnson, flipping over, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And it has been all Los Angeles as they lead it 33-3 as we start this 4th quarter.
Both of them are down. Both of them are down. Yeah, I see him.
Beyond frustrating for Cardell Jones.
Hey, 1.
Yeah, he had been playing so well through the first 2 weeks. We talked about it in the open to start. And arguably one of the top 2 players in the league to start the season. And today's just a struggle. But it's a long year. They got a lot to regroup and get back to work.
Johnson. Wide open is the tight end Barnes. And he moves the chains.
I like Barnes. I think
he's a tight end. Of course you do.
I'm biased, but you see him here lined up on the right. We saw him run this exact same route earlier in the day. Spruce runs a drag, and he just runs a little square in front of that safety. Those 2-man concepts are really easy on a quarterback to read. Really easy for him to time out and deliver the ball. Barnes has done that a few times today, and Josh Johnson has hit him in rhythm.
Now be honest with me. He spent time with the Panthers last year. Do you remember?
Flip.
I do. He's a guy that has come in and was able to do what some of these guys come in spring and OTAs, and I feel so bad for them. They don't get a ton of reps. They don't get a ton of opportunities, and then next thing you know, rosters are cut down. But I really like Barnes. I think he's got a chance to be a good player. Starting to see some of that today with them using him in the passing game.
Hold on.
There was DeJuan Harris on the run. Is this a point when you're up 33-3, you start begging for the ball?
You start begging for the ball, and then after you get a few, you want to come out. Okay. Right? You want to pad the stats a few times, and then, hey, coach, let's let the guy behind me get some playing time here and get some burn, but especially as an older guy.
Johnson, Spruce, his second reception of the day, and it's a big one. 45 yards on the catch and run.
Great job. Jordan Smallwood on the other side. He clears it out to the left side of your screen. Max protection. We just talked about Barnes. Great job on the end. And you see Nelson Spruce. He just runs through the zone coverage. Great catch. Ball's a little behind him. But what a good play. And he's deceptively fast. I mean, those guys can't catch him. This guy came into the day leading the XFL in almost every receiving category. Only had 2 catches, as you said. But he's a really good player.
Yeah, made it pay off there. Here's Johnson looking for Spruce the other way, and a good coverage made on the play by Shamarko Thomas.
Shamarko Thomas is a guy, we haven't talked a lot about these defenders. you know, on this defensive side of the ball today, but Shamarko Thomas is another guy they acquired via trade. He's listed as a safety. He plays kind of nickel. He can play outside corner. You see him there make a great play under Spruce on the corner route. They talked about him, that he's their most versatile defensive player. They could really line him up anywhere. Here he's lined up in the slot. He's a good player. See him kind of lined up here over the number 2 receiver.
Here comes the blitz. That one caught by Spruce. It's obvious they're getting him involved in this series. He catches it right in front of Thomas again.
The crowd loves it. You hear them all saying Spruce. The crowd really loves him. They've responded to this kid.
Hey, yellow Nike, yellow Nike, yellow Nike.
And they're feeding him. You talk about feeding the guy. You're leading the league in receptions and yards. You say, hey, QB, before we're both put out the rest here for the rest of this game, let's pad the stats a little bit before the coach takes me out.
He's got 3 catches for 75 yards now in this game as he goes out to take a breather.
Not a bad slow day.
Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
See him bringing both tight ends here in a heavy run situation here.
3rd and a yard. Oh, they get that and more. Martez Carter going in for his 3rd touchdown of the game. There's the backflip. Mr. Excitement.
This is awesome. I mean, what an unbelievable. I mean, taking the most out of your opportunities. Talked about Elijah Hood, their starter, had some struggles the first 2 weeks. Carter's now getting his chance, and God, is he making the most of it. This LA offense looks light years different from what we've seen in the first 2 weeks. Carter, Josh Johnson, of course, getting back healthy. Saw Nelson Spruce, Trey McBride. Hopefully he's okay. Left the game after getting hit. This offense has come to life for Norm Chow. And it's a lot of fun right now. This home crowd is loving it.
Okay. When I put it in the fist. All right.
Yeah, I think they're...
Might be taking another look at this to see if his elbow was down before the ball crossed the plane of the goal.
Yeah. I hope for Carter's sake and for Jenny's sake, maybe another interview. I hope they don't take this off the board. He jumps from about the 5-yard line. Let's see. Yeah, he's down.
Yeah, it might be.
He's down. Yeah. Now, if he's not touched.
If he's not down by contact.
See if he gets touched. No. I couldn't tell if his hand got hit. But if he's not touched, doesn't matter that his elbow hit. Got to be down by contact. Let's see here. See Matt Elam.
It looks like Elam missed him entirely.
I think he whiffed. I think that stands, Kurt. I don't think there's enough to overturn it, right?
I agree. I mean, I don't see an angle where it looks like he was touched at all.
That's it, but
Robert Lou again.
I understand. Thank you.
The hard line. He got to the hard line, and we're good.
Thank you.
Okay.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The runner was not down by contact, so it is a touchdown.
There you go. I'd say again, this is what I love about seeing the replay process. You see him make sure he confirms it, as opposed to just calling out and you go, well, was he or was he not, as you debate it.
Yeah, seeing the thought process and the mechanics that go into making these decisions, it's just such unique insight. One of the amazing changes the XFL has identified for the viewer and the fan at home just really leads to a really, really good fan and viewer experience when you get insight into things like that. Going for one again.
Take out.
They fake the handoff. Flag in the end zone as they go for Spruce. Probably going to call that one on Shamarko Thomas, who was there for the coverage.
Yeah, I think they're going to get another shot at this. They'll replay this down.
Pass interference. Defense, number 38. The ball will be spotted at the 1-yard line. We'll replay the drive.
So they'll do it again, a little bit closer.
That was the first time in their point-after try that they've thrown the ball. I wonder now from the half-yard line, they try to, nope, they're going to spread him out here. So
yeah, empty backfield.
Unless Josh Johnson's going to run, This will be a pass.
A little too hot for Whitfield. So they don't get the conversion, but Mr. Excitement continues to be exciting. He's got 3 touchdowns on the day, a couple of forward flips, a beautiful back flip. Hey, the Olympics are coming to LA in a couple of years. Maybe he'll join the gymnastics team. What a day for Martez Carter. 41 yards rushing, 41 yards receiving, 3 total touchdowns, and a couple of spectacular celebrations. And his Wildcats are in firm control. 39-3 with just under 12 minutes here left in the fourth quarter.
I already did. It's the second time. Mama, I love you. Daddy, I love you. Vaughn, I love you. Marion, I love you. And most of all, Junior, Daddy, love you, son.
You keep scoring touchdowns, you keep put more relatives in there.
Love it.
You get in the end zone, you get to give love to everybody.
That's awesome. Good for him. Enjoy these moments. Enjoy these opportunities. We just love to see guys make the most of their chances. And
here's Tyler Palka, and he is stuck by Jerome Couplet. Let's get it down to Jenny Tapson, her new best friend.
My new best friend. Am I allowed to have favorites around here? Because Mr. Excitement might be one of them, and Larry Rose as well, because they told me they're a package deal. Larry, how impressed have you been with this guy's performance today?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not impressed because he do it every day in practice. Literally, he does it every day in practice. I told him all week, when you get your chance to shine, get out there and do what you do. And you know what I'm saying? He doing it.
We are seeing that today, and you know what? You told me if you had more space, you'd get the backflip in. Where did you learn this?
When I was little, I always taught myself. I was real athletic when I was young. We was always outside all day. I grew up in the era where they put a basketball goal in the street and everybody in the neighborhood just hooped. But at one point, I wanted to be the best Power Ranger ever, so no one else can do a backflip. I could.
Yes, you can. And we are loving it today.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
We are loving what we are seeing from you guys. Keep it up, all right? This is fun.
Definitely. That last flip was for you. I told you I got you. The determination to get in the end zone was just so I can get back over here and see how stunned you was to see me flip in that end zone.
We are loving it. Everyone is loving it, guys. Thank you. Maybe another. I mean,
maybe. Appreciate y'all at home for watching, though.
Whatever it takes to motivate you, right? It's working for him and this team. Tyree Jackson now in a quarterback, replacing Cardell Jones for DC.
Part of me wishes we could just have Jenny continue to interview these guys. It looks like the Wildcats sideline is having the greatest time of their lives, as they should. You know, up 39-3 here at home after a challenging few weeks. Those guys should be excited. They should feel good about themselves. Winston Moss, what a great job he's done rallying the troops here. His guys have bought in all along.
We get a chance to see Jackson come in the game right now. We got an injured DC player right now. You can hear the pain. Can't really see the number just yet. Looks like James O'Hagan. Yeah, number 77. He's grabbing his lower leg.
You heard him right away.
Yeah.
Yelling. Those interior linemen have bodies falling. Guys getting tackled.
While there's an injury on the field, we'll take a brief timeout. Well, there you see James O'Hagan making his way over to the sideline. Center out of the University of Buffalo. Spent some time with the New York Giants last year, and he'll go right, obviously, into the tent so that the training staff of the Doctors can take another look at him. Good to see him put at least a little bit of weight on it, so it gives you a little bit of encouragement there. And there's Tyree Jackson now in at quarterback, who was the quarterback at Buffalo with O'Hagan. Now in here on 4th and 1. And DC picks up the first down.
You know, Kurt, sometimes things that people don't see, game like this, it's 39-3. Cardell Jones is, of course, he struggled. I just watched him go up and down as his offense is still on the field. He could be sulking, pouting on the sideline. He just went up and down and dapped up every single one of his teammates. You know, the body language was, we're going to be okay. We're going to be fine. One game. Just think that speaks volumes to him and his maturity as such a young kid. They got the right guy at quarterback. He'll have better days than he had today.
Yeah, absolutely. Jackson hands it off. Khalid Abdullah with the carry. And this is one of those situations you see Tyree Jackson in the game. This is not about a quarterback controversy. This is, we're down 36 points on the road, less than 10 minutes left. Let's get him some playing experience. Cardell, you'll get to start again next week and be back.
Yeah, absolutely. Cardell's their guy.
Yeah.
But I think to your point, if I'm Pep, I know you're trying to run this game out and not get anybody hurt, and get out of here. But I'm going to try to let Jackson play a little bit, open the offense up, get him some valuable reps. There's not a ton of practice time. Backup quarterbacks don't get a lot of reps. I'd like to see him. All right, here you go.
Yeah, showing his mobility with a nice run down to the 45-yard line. And here's a guy who was the MAC player on offense of the year at the University of Buffalo. Went to the Senior Bowl and was the MVP of the South team.
Yeah, this is a big, strong, big arm. Kind of throws every ball like he's throwing it through a brick wall. But again, a lot of these guys just need reps. They need some experience, and yeah, this is a lost game. This is the situation is dire. Let's build a young guy's confidence and get him some game action that's really hard to replicate in practice.
And he is a young guy. That Senior Bowl stat I gave you, that was just last year.
Yep.
So he's fresh out of college and trying to get an opportunity to do what he can at the next level as Abdullah gets another run. You see he's got another big body quarterback, 6'7", 250.
Yeah. Him and Cardell Jones, great basketball team. They got the biggest quarterback combo in the league.
Let go. Blue 80. Wait, hot.
Brissett, first down and more. Still on his feet. And the defenders get their first touchdown of the game. This game is now over 44.5 points.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Anybody who is sweating the over now can take a deep breath. Again, they've run this play a few times now. They're going to pull the backside offensive lineman. You see just a single back gap type scheme. And really, Brissett just kind of does the back end kind of by himself. Made the safety miss. Showed his speed running away from the corner. A little too late, but for teams just getting started, I can't stress it enough. To the fan and to everyone, these are lost games. These reps matter. These are guys that aren't accustomed to being in the game. Let's continue to build our roster.
DC going for 3 here. Jackson picked off in the end zone. Arion Springs trying to return it. Had he taken that back all the way, they would have gotten 3. You get what the offense was trying to do. Obviously, the tackle made, play is shut down, and they don't get the conversion. So it's a 30-point game again, 39-9, as Jackson leads DC to the first time in the end zone all day long. Now, there's more football for you next weekend. On Saturday, these LA Wildcats will head across country to New York to take on the Guardians. That game comes your way at 2 o'clock on ABC, and then on Fox, it's the Seattle Dragons traveling to St. Louis to play the Battlehawks. That's at 5 Eastern, only on Fox.
I should have threw higher.
We'll expect if this LA Wildcats team that showed up today can do this thing on the road, they will be a team to be reckoned with here in the second half. And, we talked about the first 2 weeks, and they did not look good. They struggled. But they've straightened themselves out today, and there's still 7 more games left in the season after today.
The future looks so much better this week than it did a week ago. A team in flux, made some staff changes on the defensive side of the ball. Looks to me, I think they're going to go for an onside kick here. Yeah, they're going to go for an onside kick. You see everybody now moving to the other side of the field, a more traditional kickoff alignment.
And you have to announce that you're going for an onside kick just because of the way they align normally with the kickoff here in the XFL. And I think part of what we're seeing is really smart again by Pep Hamilton. Look, they're barring a miracle not coming back and winning this game. So it gets some young guys some experience that we saw in the last series. They went for a 3-point conversion that you work on in case you ever need it. We saw that. Now they try out the onside kick. This is almost like a scrimmage after a while.
It is. He's saying this is not about today. And you're exactly right. This is about building situations, understanding game flow, understanding new rule nuance. I really like what Pep's doing. He's also showing his team that we never throw the towel, we never quit, but he's also getting situations that are hard to practice and don't come up very often, at least through the first couple weeks of the season.
So this will be more like the traditional onside kick that you're used to seeing?
Yep.
I don't think any other team has tried this in any other game this season.
Yeah, so what a lot of teams are doing now is they put the ball on the hash away from the wide side of the field. You can see he has the ball laid down kind of on its front nose, and they kick low line hoppers. The days of the high hop, one hop, they now kick low line drives, want it to bounce.
There's the big bounce, and it's recovered by LA. Jalen Green, the wide receiver, takes care of that. Well, the Wildcats in firm control today, and as we said, still 7 more games left in the regular season. And you can take a look at the schedule next week. They take on a New York Guardians team that has really struggled the last couple of weeks. The Tampa Bay Vipers team that is winless. Seattle's got 1 win as well. So if they can get something going, they've got a chance against the opposition to get on the run.
Yeah, they go on a 3-game stretch here where the schedule is nice and favorable. That St. Louis Battlehawks team, I saw them up close and personal last week. They lost against Houston, but that is a good team. Very well coached. Jonathan Hayes, really veteran NFL coach. But this schedule lays out really nice for the Wildcats. Today, getting this win over what was thought to be one of the better teams in the league. And now they got 3 weeks against teams that if they play like this, they should have a chance to roll off a few wins in a row and find themselves sitting pretty after a tough start.
And they make a change at quarterback for all the same reasons. Jalen McClendon getting some snaps now. Kid out of Baylor.
I imagine we'll see very run-heavy.
Ready? Here go.
DeJuan Harris in the backfield, and he gets the carry. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Going to be dropped for a loss here.
You know, Kurt, I used to hate these situations, right? And which just sounds strange. You're up by 30 points at the end of the game. Everyone's having fun. But now you got to go on offense. Everybody in the stadium, everyone watching knows you're going to run the ball. And you feel like you're just bashing your head against the wall. There's 8, 9, 10-man boxes, a million guys at the line of scrimmage, and the coach just keeps calling run after run. This is tough sledding in here to finish these games out.
Ready? To go.
Harris again. Cutting it back inside, and then once again has a hard time getting back to the line of scrimmage. So while it may be tough for LA, it seems though DC's still playing hard on defense.
They are. They got a lot of really good veteran players. Again, the way the game has kind of flowed, we haven't had a chance, but Matt Elam, you saw him there, number 22. That's a long-time veteran. I mean, he was a first-round draft pick back in 2013 for the Ravens. Next to him, Raheem Moore, second-round draft pick in 2011. I mean, these guys have played a lot of football. They got a lot of pride. Pep Hamilton's a really good coach. Spent time with him my rookie year and the second year in the league in Chicago. He was our quarterbacks coach. I have a ton of respect for Pep. He'll get these guys right. This might have been exactly what they needed.
Yeah, their first road game is going to end up in their first loss. Eli Rogers from the 11. Oh, really, the big story today has been the takeaways. DC came in, having turned it over once all season. They've done it 5 times in this game.
Yeah, it's just very uncharacteristic of what they've been through the first couple weeks of the season. And, you know, sometimes that's the way these games go. A little bit of a wild card with this Wildcats defense. Came in with some fresh energy, a fresh scheme after the change at defensive coordinator. Now, they ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw today, but like I said, I think they're confident. I think they'll be okay if they can regroup here and have a good week going forward.
We've talked about the job that Winston Moss has done, keeping this team together. First 2 weeks, again, they really weren't in either one of those games. They made a comeback last week in the fourth quarter to make the score close, but they didn't play well in either one of those games. They lost some players. They started without their 2 starting corners tonight, and yet they came up with 4 interceptions against the quarterback that, really had been smoking it through the first 2 weeks.
They had every reason to come out here and just lay down. All those reasons you just mentioned, feeling sorry for yourself. Coach Moss said that he really worked them extra this week. They had every reason to come out here and quit, but obviously you saw it was the complete opposite. They came out from the first opening drive and absolutely dominated this game. Can't say enough about what a good job Winston Moss and his staff, veteran leaders like Josh Johnson, what they've done leading this team through what was a really kind of turbulent first couple weeks of the season.
Part of it is also, I believe, getting a guy like Josh Johnson back. We talked about his 12 years of NFL experience. This is just the second week he's been able to play due to injury, missed the opening game, and really things got out of whack for this offense then. He came back last week, he had to shake off some of the rust, played well in the fourth quarter, and really solidified his status here today.
Yeah, they carried that fourth quarter, even though it came in a defeat last week. They brought that fourth quarter approach, coming back, a couple scoring drives. Norm Chow said, Josh really settled into the game. He found his rhythm. His body responded after being injured for a few weeks. And, they hit the ground running today and carried a lot of that over really all 4 quarters today against what we thought was a very good defenders team.
Yeah, Jenny Taft. Josh Johnson has been really impressive today.
Well, and it was really telling earlier this week, too, when we had a conversation, and Josh told me, just wait, we are just getting going, and we've spoken about just how he's been on 13 different NFL rosters. He joked with me that the guys call him the old man on this team, and I said, who's your guy? Who's your favorite? He said, they are all like little brothers to me, and you could just sense that this team is building and growing, and let me tell you, the sideline today, I know you guys have seen it, but they have been on fire.
Why not? They have been rolling. There should be plenty of enthusiasm on that team. And again, this is just the first win of the season. There's still a lot of season left here. Tyree Jackson throws the incompletion intended for Rashad Ross.
Hey, I want to shout out the offensive linemen. They've done a great job today. Tremendous job. The quarterback has done an exceptional job, and that's why we're able to bring this thing home. It started up front.
Mr. Excitement making sure he gave love to his family. Now let's do it to some other teammates.
He has not shied away from the camera today, Kurt. And deservingly so. He is making the most of today.
I'm blessed for today, y'all.
You hear him talk about.
Really showed his favor today.
Over 100 total yards for him today.
Good for him.
And the 3 touchdowns.
These days are hard to come by. I don't care at any level, college, pro. These days are hard to come by. These guys have worked so hard to get these chances. I just love seeing guys make the most of opportunities.
Whitfield takes the punt and us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left. All LA all day.
After an exciting opening round 2 weeks ago in Pomona, which saw Doug Coletta, Jack Beckman, and Jake Coughlin end up in the winner's circle, the NHRA Mellow Yellow Drag Racing Series is back in action in the Arizona desert. Final eliminations from round 2 in Phoenix is coming up next, just after XFL football on FS1.
Thank you, Brian. Well, a lot like the DC Defenders, if you took DC and minus 8.5, it wasn't your day. No, not from the start. Everything going LA's way as they try and finish this off.
Here we go. Ready to go.
Bad snap. Jalen McClendon pulls it in and gets a couple yards on the run. The defense, well, pushing and shoving here afterwards, and we better be careful or else we're going to draw a penalty. They sort it out, get everybody back to their respective huddles. Defense set the tone for this game, really, at the start.
No question. They came out flying, aggressive, downhill, did a great job rallying to the ball, kept the top on the defense, didn't let this defender team run by them. Just can't say enough good things about what they did.
4 of the 5 takeaways, interceptions today, and a lot of big hits as well as we listen in to the sounds of the game.
let's go.
He about to bring it. Bring it. You about to bring it. And that's how you close the game.
Ready to go.
They closed it in fashion, good fashion. Larry Rose hitting the backfield. Kenny Bigelow with the big hit. Brings us down to 1 minute 18 seconds. The clock will start as soon as they spot the ball, 5 seconds after that. And so the Wildcats will get their first win here officially in just over a minute 10 seconds. And they'll hand DC its first loss of the season. And it really kind of shows you, I think we do this at all levels of football. After a week or two, we're like, oh, this team's really good, this one's really bad. It starts to even out a little bit, and teams kind of find their groove. You get weeks 3 and beyond.
No doubt, and I think we all fell victim, at least I know I did, coming into this game. And I'll be honest, I was wrong. I really thought the defenders were the better team. But again, that's why you play the game. Turnovers, penalties. You see the standings right here. This puts LA right back into the mix. You know, I think you got to think right now, Houston, the Roughnecks, best record, only undefeated team. They clearly have the best player.
Winston was trying his best not to smile. He is happy, deservedly so. His first win as a head coach at any level.
Good for him.
But you're right. I mean, you look at the standings now. There's only one undefeated team left in the entire league, and that's in the West with the Houston Roughnecks. But suddenly, St. Louis, who's won a couple in a row, they're now tied for first place with a DC team that's not as invincible as we thought they were. And in the West, here's an LA squad that people were checking the box on. They're now right back in the race.
Right back in the mix. It's the difference. What a difference a week makes. You know, as we said, right now, Houston, again, how much do we know, right? We came in thinking DC was in that same mix as Houston, and, you know, LA made us really rethink that. But, you know, PJ Walker out there, what he's doing, and Cam Phillips at receiver. Those two guys are really lighting the league up, that June Jones style offense, run and shoot. They're a fun team to watch. Looking forward to getting another chance to watch them again next week against a Dallas team who, again, finds themselves right in the mix there in the West.
And you've got a Los Angeles team now that with Josh Johnson at quarterback, again, we've said it earlier, it looks totally different, particularly on offense. And you think if this defense, they're probably not going to shut teams out like they did today, that late touchdown with all the backups in. But if they can stay in games with Johnson at quarterback, and we saw McBride step up today, we've seen Spruce do it previously, you know, they've got some weapons to make noise here the rest of the season.
No question. Today is obviously the formula that they're going to want to recreate. You can't count on 4 or 5 turnovers every week, but today is really what the Wildcats want to be about. Great aggressive defense, turn the ball over, and then offensively spread the ball around, not just rely on Nelson Spruce. And today they were able to get all of those things accomplished.
And so Pep Hamilton goes down in defeat for the first time as a head coach at any level, while Winston Moss gets his first win as a head coach at any level. 39-9 the final. Los Angeles with the win. Just about anything they wanted to do, it seems as though they did. So DC falls to 2-1. LA now 1-2. Josh Johnson with a nice afternoon. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
All right.
And his defense, special teams, just about every unit possible contributing.
Where the head man at? Where the play? Y'all keep staying healthy, keep doing your thing.
You can see the respect that a lot of the guys have around the league for Josh Johnson and his career and what he's been through. It's good to see him kind of get his legs under him and start hitting his stride here.
Let's get it down to Jenny Taft with the winning quarterback.
All right, we're going to hear from Coach soon, but Josh, I do want to chat with you because this offensive performance today, 3 touchdowns for you, Mr. Excitement, put on a show for all of us. How proud are you of this group?
I'm proud of how we responded, man. Coach challenged us at the beginning of the week, to not focus on our record, to not focus on what these guys' record was, and just focus on us, man, to come together as a family. And we did that today. We came together as a family, we stayed focused, and we played a great game. But it's just only one game. And we got to flush it after 24 hours because we got to travel across the country to go see a good New York team. And so now we got to try to get our season rolling.
Got to keep carrying this momentum. Thank you for your time, and I'll go find Coach.
Okay, thank you guys.
All right, so Jenny will go back to work. Looking for Winston Moss to talk about his first victory, and we talked about it a little bit earlier. What's impressive is not only the fact they won a game by 30 points today, and you look at all the numbers and you see what's on Fox Bet. And by the way, we do have a Super 6 winner. Someone won $10,000 today on this game, and guess what state they're from? Jersey.
Jersey.
One of your guys.
Jersey people are well represented in the XFL.
But it's also just impressive the job that Winston Moss did with all the turmoil this team has gone through in the first couple of weeks of the season, getting the victory. And so the Wildcats win it 39-9, knocking off the DC Defenders in front of the home folks. And that'll do it for this game and the third week of the XFL season. From my partner Greg Olson and Jenny Taft, I'm Kurt Menefee. A 30-point victory for the Wildcats to get into the win column. Up next, NHRA Racing from Phoenix. Stay tuned to FS1.